this grand event, get grand savings like $10,000 off MSRP on a new 2016 GMC Sierra 1500 four-wheel drive crew cab. Get $5,000 off MSRP on a new 2017 Buick Encore and get $7,500 off MSRP on a new 2017 Buick Convenience. Come in for all the details during the grand reopening. Renato Cadillac Buick GMC at Renato Auto Mall, 4423 Dixon Boulevard, Shelby. It's time to trade up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Payment starts at $97 per month. You can get 2.99% APR financing plus up to $300 customer cash. And that's not all. Get 2.99% finance APR plus up to $1,000 in customer cash. Come in for all the details during the Trade Up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Exit 22 at I-85, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com. The RVer's most trusted resource for over 50 years. That's Campers Inn. Family owned and operated since 1966. And this area's dealer is Campers Inn Kings Mountain. Campers Inn is the nation's largest family-operated RV dealership. 16 locations up and down the East Coast. From motorhomes, travel trailers, and more from the industry's leading manufacturers, plus award-winning RV sales and service. See hundreds of RVs for the best prices. Plus, you have certified and trained service personnel and a professional staff with years of RV knowledge. Campers Inn. Highway 61 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain. Tell them Calvin sent you in. Campers Inn. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event is at Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Come in now and ask about 0% financing for 84 months on select Kubota tractors with a big 6-year warranty. Come on in for all the details and don't miss it. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event underway now at Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive off the Oak Road and Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
Let's take a look. Macron. Yes, I've seen it before. Your husband has coyote fever.
Coyote fever?
Yeah, he's obviously learned of the hot deals going on at your local coyote tractor dealer.
Is this serious?
Very serious. Now, the best time to buy one of the best-selling tractors on the market. If you care at all about your husband, you'll have to go over to the coyote deal now. Oh, and I'm writing you a prescription for deals on all implements, too.
Your coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vale. It's the grand opening of the new Renato Honda. The renovations are complete, and you're invited to drop by our new showroom. Check out the great deals this month, like 0.9% APR financing for 2017 Honda Civics, Honda Accords. Offer ends October 31st. And check out the great specials in the service department. Don't get let out in the cold with a free winter battery test. And right now, get an oil change, tire rotation, and balancing on $74.95. Don't miss the deals during the grand opening celebration at the new Renato Honda, located at Renato Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby.
I said where I come from, it's cornbread and chicken, where I come from.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Bossier City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
I'm Demery Brewer, and you're listening to Tim and Ken on the First Federal Lincoln County High School Football Show.
Let's go have some fun tonight. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3, win. 82 H disco. 19 yo-yo. 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 Firm up a little bit, boy. Right, we're going to use the cans now, right? We got to use the cans versus that blitz.
Welcome back to the First Federal Lincoln County High School Football Show. It's Tim Johnson and Kenny Link on a Friday night, Kenny.
Yes, some more football. The weather's cooled down just a little bit, so it's feeling a little bit more like football weather out there.
I'm telling you, man, I love this weather, Ken. Like you said, you got chill in the air. You can smell the popcorn from a long distance off, also Coca-Colas, and we're ready for some football tonight. Ken, for the First Federal Lincoln County High School football show, Kenny.
Had a lot of action last week. We're going to go over the results of those games. But first, we're going to talk a little bit about our winner, our award winner this week, the First Federal Lincoln County High School Student Athlete Football Player of the Week goes to Terrell McClain from the Lincoln Woods. Terrell had passing yardage at a quarterback spot, out of 22 for 182 yards and threw 2 touchdowns. He also rushed for 43 yards and 2 touchdowns and caught a pass for a 2-point conversion. And doing all this, he missed a good part of the third quarter with a thigh injury, came back, wasn't 100%, but led his team for that go-ahead touchdown late in the fourth quarter as the Woods beat cross-county rival West Lincoln. So McLean is certainly a deserving winner as the Lincoln County High School Student Athlete Football Player of the Week. And we certainly appreciate First Federal for sponsoring this award, and Dan Brewer for joining us each week as we go out and present this award to some deserving young man.
Oh, certainly. And Brewer, one of the finest people in Lincoln County, especially at Federal. We're so glad to have that man aboard with us here every Friday as well. So North Lincoln, like I said, travels to Newton Conover. Big football game with the North Lincoln Knights. They're taking on a really good football team. Matt Beam has got those guys playing really good up at Newton Conover.
Yeah, a couple storylines here as Matt Beam, who once coached at North Lincoln, Coach Steve Pack, who coached under Coach Beam at 2 places, Burns and Newton Conover, and he went back to Burns before he took his head coaching job down at North Lincoln. So I talked to Gene Saint early in the year, and Gene told me they were pointing toward this game. They were really excited. The North Lincoln Knights was to play Newton Conover this year. Now, I tell you what, Newton Conover got a good team, but North Lincoln will go up there and they'll be excited to play, I think. Absolutely.
And talking to Coach Stephen Pack, he's looking forward to it. Like you said, that is his mentor, Coach Matt Beam. So he said it's like a father figure there, and so we they can get that offense going. We was at North Lincoln this past Friday night, Ken, and from what we saw, they didn't really get the offense, playing as well.
That's the first game of the season that they were not in, Tim, and their offense sputtered, and we've not seen that all year.
A lot of mistakes made on the offensive side of football, and I know Coach Stephen Pack, he's going to do whatever he can to get that corrected during this past week in practice, like I said. And so, but the defensive side of the ball, I thought they played pretty good on defense, Ken.
They played fairly good, but that's been their weakness, and unfortunately, a game where they play fairly good is only 14-0 Maiden at the half. So
absolutely,
the defense was hanging in there. They just couldn't get the offense.
And Maiden, they're a really good football team.
They are undefeated, obviously.
Yes.
So and undefeated in the conference and 8-0 overall. So Maiden is a good football team.
Really good quarterback too. So the quarterback runs the offense really well for the Maiden Blue Devils, and had a chance to talk to Greg Pound this past Friday night. Greg said that had a few players we wanted to highlight for the Maiden Blue Devils, and that's the Cobb kid, the linebacker, number 55, playing good football. Also, the running back, I like the running back. Low to the ground, he runs low. Power, he's got speed. He's a really good complementary running back to the quarterback they have up there at Maiden Blue Devils.
Yes, and the Maiden Blue Devils, that defense, they sacked Reed McCoy multiple times. Actually sacked one time for safety. They also intercepted one pass, so they harassed North Lincoln. And what I saw was several times it looked like McCoy had time to find a receiver, but they had such good coverage downfield, the Maiden defense guys did, that they couldn't find anybody open, and as a result, ended up couldn't get away from the rush and ended up having to take a couple of sacks.
Right. I agree with you there, Kenny. Absolutely. Reed made some mistakes for the first time that we saw this year. He's been having a great year all year, so I'm sure they worked on a few things about getting rid of football, not taking a sack, not taking a loss of yards too. So that's big too for a young quarterback like that to come into the league. But he's a senior, and he's going to get he'll work his way through that. And so, but like they got their hand full coming right out with those Newton Conover Red Devils. I tell you, Ken, they're going to face one of the best football players in the state of North Carolina.
Yes, we've seen Newton Conover.
Two of them, actually.
Have lots of athletes and speed on both sides of the football.
They can fly to the football.
And when I say both sides, some of these guys that's really good on offense, they play on defense too.
Yes.
And they're led, obviously, by quarterback Shamar Baker, who is the best quarterback in the South Fork.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
He's a dual threat. He can hurt you with his arm, his legs. He returns kicks, punts, and kickoffs, and he also plays in the secondary. So he didn't come off the field, Tim.
No, he don't. He does. He stays out and he plays 4 quarters of football on both sides of the football field. Also, a running back, Ty Stinson, is our leading rusher. He's a big 225-pound back end. He was really difficult to get down on. And he gets. I like what Coach Conger said last week on our show. Scott said they run like a zone offense, and so they try to get him outside in open field. And he gets there, Ken, it's gone. It's over.
Yeah, he gets some momentum. He'll hit some tackles, but it takes him a little while to get going. But once he gets going, he's tough to bring down.
Yes, and also some of the wide receivers I see too. Also Miles Baker and Kawan McClain, outstanding young men catching the football.
When we saw them against West Lincoln,
Baker.
Both of those caught touchdown passes, and they really looked good out there throwing to them. They didn't have to throw that much against West Lincoln, but they can throw if they need to.
So, what are your keys to the game tonight, Ken, for the North Lincoln High School to be able to maybe control the Newton Conover High School Red Devils and possibly come away with a big upset? And it would be a major upset if they could go up there and put some points on the board.
Well, obviously, you're not going to completely stop this Newton Conover offense. So North Lincoln's going to have to try to score with them. North Lincoln's got to put points on board because Newton Conover's going to put points on board. And so the key to the game is they can't have a sputter on offense. They have to try to match them on offense. And they can't beat Newton Conover in a low-scoring game. But possibly they could in a high-scoring game. Now, we saw Newton Conover make some mistakes with penalties and that kind of thing. That will help North Lincoln if they start making mistakes.
Right, I agree with you.
They need a little help in that area to try to pull off this upset.
Their defense is to play the game of their life. I'm gonna be that.
They will have to slow them down because these guys are hard to slow down, Tim. They're difficult. They got some athletes.
Yes, the senior leadership this week is going to step up big. Like I said, Coach Pack is going to have his team.
It's the grand reopening of Ronaldo Cadillac Buick GMC in Shelby. Hurry in now for celebration savings. During this grand event, get grand savings like $10,000 off MSRP on a new 2016 GMC Sierra 1500 four-wheel drive crew cab. Get $5,000 off MSRP on a new 2017 Concord. And get $7,500 off MSRP on a new 2017 Buick Convenience. Come in for all the details during grand reopening. Ronaldo Cadillac Buick GMC. Ronaldo Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby. It's time to trade up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Payment starts at $97 per month, or you can get 2.99% APR financing plus up to $300 customer cash. And that's not all. Get 2.99% financing APR plus up to $1,000 customer cash. And for all details during the trade up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports Lowell. Exit 2295 100 in Walk-in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com. The RVer's most trusted resource for over 50 years. That's Campers Inn. Family owned and operated since 1966. This area's dealer is Campers Inn in Kings Mountain. Campers Inn is the nation's largest family-operated RV dealership. 16 locations up and down the East Coast. From motorhomes to travel trailers and more, from the industry's leading manufacturers, plus award-winning RV sales and service. See hundreds of RVs for the best prices. Plus, you have certified and trained service personnel and a professional staff with years of RV knowledge. Campers Inn, Highway 161 South 85 Kings Mountain. Tell them Calvin sent you in to the Campers Inn. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event is underway at Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Come in now and ask about 0% financing for 84 months on select tractors with a big 6-year warranty. Come on in for all the details, and don't miss it. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event underway at Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive off the Eagle Grove Road and Highway 74 bypass in King Mountain.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
CK, DK, DS, Macron.
I've seen this before. Your husband has coyote fever.
Coyote fever?
Yeah, he's obviously learned of the hot deals going on now at your local coyote tractor dealer.
Is this serious?
Very serious. Now's the best time to get one of the best-selling tractors on the market. If you care at all about your husband, you'll drive him over to the coyote dealer now. Oh, and I'm writing you a prescription for great deals on all implements, too.
Your Coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vale. It's the grand opening of the new Renato Honda. The renovations are complete, and you're invited to drop by our new showroom. Check out the great deals this month, like 0.9% APR financing for the 2017 Honda Civics and Honda Accords. Offer ends October 31st. And check out the great specials in the service department. Don't get out in the cold with a free winter battery test. And right now, an oil change, tire rotation, and balancing, only $74.95. Don't miss the deals during the grand opening celebration at the new Renato Honda, located at Renato Auto Mall, 423 East Dixon Boulevard, Dolby.
I said where I come from, it's cornbread and chicken.
All right, folks, hello and welcome to tonight's broadcast, the Renato Auto Mall broadcast of Lincolnton Wolves homecoming game tonight against Lake Norman Charter. This is Jason Sane, to be joined later by Shannon Allen in the pregame show. And you're listening to WLON 1050 AM on KTC Broadcasting. Thanks again for joining us. Again, you found the Lincolnton Wolves football game at Lake Norman as Lake Norman Charter comes to visit tonight. Again, it's homecoming here at Lincolnton, and we'd like to thank you for joining us. We're going to cut over to the pregame show, already in progress by Ken and Tim. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be right back at 7 o'clock with our stadium pregame show, sponsored by the First Federal Savings Bank.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of large banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Boger City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer for you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
I'm Demery Brewer, and you're listening to Tim and Ken on the First Federal Lincoln County High School football show.
Let's go have some fun tonight. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win. X82 table. H disco. 19 yo-yo. Deep yo-yo. Deep yo-yo. Firm up a little bit, boys. Right, we're going to use the cadence now, right? We got to use the cadence. That bullet. Top of Japan. Richmond, New York. Richmond, Florida. Valley, Buffalo. Hey, I might all of them.
Welcome back to the First Federal Lincoln County High School football show. Tim, John, and Ken Link on a Friday night, Kenny.
Yes, some more football. The weather's cooled down just a little bit, so it's feeling a little bit more like football weather out there.
I'm telling you, man, I love this weather, Ken. Like you said, you got a chill in the air. You can smell popcorn from a long distance off, also Coca-Colas, and we're ready for some football here tonight, Ken, for the First Federal Lincoln County High School football show, Kenny.
We had a lot of action last week. We're going to go over the results of those games, but first we're going to talk a little bit about our winner, our award winner this week, the First Federal Lincoln County High School Student Athlete Football Player of the Week goes to Terrell McLean from the Lincolnton Woods. Terrell had passing yardage at a quarterback spot, led him out of 22 for 182 yards and threw 2 touchdowns. He also rushed 43 yards and 2 touchdowns and caught a pass for a 2-point conversion. And doing all this, he missed a good part of the third quarter with a thigh injury, came back, wasn't 100%, but led his team for a go-ahead touchdown late in the fourth quarter as the Woods beat cross-county rival West Lincoln. So McLean is a certainly deserving winner as the Lincoln County High School Student Athlete Football Player of the Week. And we certainly appreciate First Federal for sponsoring the award, and Demery Brewer for joining us each week. We'll go out and present this award to some deserving young man.
Most certainly can. Demery Brewer, one of the finest people in Lincoln, especially at Federal. We're so glad to have that young man aboard with us here every Friday as well. So North Lincoln, like you said, travels to Newton Conover. Big football game for the North Lincoln Knights. They're taking a really good football team. Matt Beam has got those guys playing really good up at Newton Conover.
Yeah, a couple storylines here as Matt Beam, who coached at North Lincoln, Coach Steve Pack, who coached Coach Beam at two places, I think Burns and Newton Conover, and he went back to Burns before he took his head coaching job down at North Lincoln. So I talked to Gene Sain early in the year, and Gene told me they were pointing toward this game. They were really excited. North Lincoln Knights was to play Newton Conover this year. Now, I tell you what, Newton Conover got a good team, but North Lincoln will go up there and they'll be excited to play, I think.
Absolutely. And talking to Stephen Pack, he's looking forward to it. Like you said, this is his mentor, Coach Matt Beam. So he said it's like a father figure there, and so we if they can get that offense going, it was at North Lincoln this past Friday night, Ken, and from what we saw, they didn't really get the offense, playing as well.
That's the first game of the season that they were not in, Tim, and their offense sputtered, and we had not seen that all year.
A lot of mistakes made on the offensive side of football, and I know Coach Steve Pack, he's going to do whatever he can get that corrected during this past week in practice, like I said. And so, but the defense side of the ball, I thought they played pretty good on defense, Ken.
They played fairly good, but that's been a weakness, and unfortunately, a game where they played fairly good is only 14-0. Maiden at the half. So
absolutely.
Defense was hanging in there. They just couldn't get the offense going.
And Maiden, they're a really good football team.
They are. Undefeated, obviously.
Yes.
So, and undefeated in the conference and 8-0 overall. Maiden is a good football team.
And you got a really good quarterback, too. So the quarterback runs the offense really well for the Blue Devils, and had a chance to talk to Greg Pound this past Friday night, and Greg said had a few players we wanted to highlight for the Maiden Blue Devils, and that's the Cobb kid, the linebacker, number 55, playing good football, and also the running back. I like the running back. Low to the ground. He runs low. Powell, he's got speed. He's a really good complimentary running back to the quarterback they have up there at Maiden Blue Devils.
Yes, and the Maiden Blue Devils, that defense, Tim, they sacked Steve McCoy multiple times, actually sacked him one time for safety. They also intercepted one pass, so they harassed North Lincoln. And what I saw was several times it looked like McCoy had time to find the receiver. They had such good coverage downfield, the Maiden defense guy did, that they couldn't find anybody open, and as a result, he couldn't get away from the rush and ended up having to take a couple of sacks.
Right. I agree with you there, Kenny. Absolutely. Reed made some mistakes for the first time that we saw this year. He's been having a great year all year, so I'm sure they worked on a few things about getting rid of the football, not taking a sack, not taking a loss of yards too. So that's big too for a young quarterback like that to come into the league. But he's a senior, and he's going to get he'll work his way through that. And so, but like I said, they got their hands full come fighting out with the Newton Conover Red Devils. I tell you, Ken, they're going to face one of the best football players in the state of North Carolina.
Yes, we've seen Newton Conover.
Two of them actually.
They have lots of athletes and speed on both sides of the football.
They can fly to the football.
And when I say both sides, some of these guys that's really good on offense, they play on defense too.
Yes.
And they're led obviously by quarterback Jamar Baker, who is the best quarterback in South Florida.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
He's a dual threat. He can hurt you with his arm and his legs. He returns kicks, punts, and kickoffs. And he also plays the secondary. He didn't come off the field, him.
No, he don't. He stays out there and he plays 4 quarters of football on both sides of the football field. And also a running back, Tyler Stinson, is their leading rusher. He's a big 225-pound back end. It was really difficult to get down on. And I like what Coach Conger said last week on the show. So I said they run like a zone offense, and so they try to get him outside in open field. And when he gets there, Ken, it's gone. It's over.
Yeah, he gets some momentum. He'll make some tackles, but it takes him a little while to get going. But once he gets going, he's tough to bring down.
Yes, and also some of the wide receivers I see too. Also, Miles Baker and Kawan McLean, outstanding young men catching the football.
When we saw them against West Lincoln, both of those caught touchdown passes, and they really looked good out there throwing to them. And they didn't have to throw that much against West Lincoln, but they can throw if they need to.
So, what are your keys to the game tonight, Ken, for North Lincoln High School to be able to maybe control the Newton Conover High School Red Devils and possibly come away with a big upset? And it would be a major upset if they could go over and put some points on the board.
Well, obviously, you're not going to completely stop this Newton Conover offense. So North Lincoln's going to have to try to score with them. North Lincoln's got to put points on the board because Newton Conover's going to put points on the board. And so the key to the game is they can't have a sputter on offense. They have to try to match them on offense. And they can't beat Newton Conover in a low-scoring game, but possibly they could in a high-scoring game. Now, we saw Newton Conover make some mistakes with penalties, that kind of thing. That will help North Lincoln if they start making mistakes.
Right, I agree with you. You're right.
They need a little help in that area to try to pull off this upset.
Their defense is going to have to play the game of their life.
Yes, they will have to slow them down because these guys are hard to slow down. They're difficult. They got athletes.
Yes, the senior leadership this week is going to step up big. Like I said, Coach Pack is going to have his team ready. They're going to be well prepared to go up there to Newton Conover to take on this team. But they're going to have to play a perfect game to be able to beat Newton Conover. I mean, they're a really good football team. The best football team we've probably seen all year.
Now, Tim, last week Newton Conover played Norman Charter, who's not a strong team, but Tim, the score at halftime was 60-0.
Wow.
At halftime.
Wow. I mean.
And obviously he pulled everybody out because the final score was 63-7. You know, and I'm sure they had to run a clock, and he put in the other guys off the bench. But score 60 points a half, that's difficult to do.
That's pretty difficult right there, Kenny. I agree with you there too. Absolutely. So North Lincoln traveling to Newton Conover this week. It's going to be a big football game. You know, there's possibility, Kenny.
Yes, we'll see how it turns out. And again, last week was the first game that North Lincoln has not been in the ball game. So it wouldn't surprise me if they hang around with Newton Conover because they've done it in the past.
Absolutely, I agree with you. So I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to see. I mean, North Lincoln's got a really good offense. Don't get me wrong here. They got a good quarterback who can throw the football, and they got some running backs. A Holly kid and a Crib kid, you know, can run the football between the tackles. Holly can catch it out of the backfield, you know, and plus Holly can catch it down the field. And also they got Camp too, so they got a really good football team, Ken. They just got to, you know, limit the mistakes on defense and try to keep their offense off the field, what Lincoln did, and try to possibly put some points on the board and hopefully come away with a big win.
Yeah, and I'm looking for Clayton Cribb to have a good game here. If he can get going on offense with that rushing attack, that'll help him to balance out some with the passing.
Absolutely. So look forward to North Lincoln and Newton Conover. So we'll be back after these commercials right here on WLON 1050 AM. It's the First Federal Lincoln County High School. Your hosts, Tim John and Mr. Ken Link.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank is 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Bossier City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Lincoln in football, this is Coach Lefter Gibson. We've been playing a little bit better the last couple of games. Improvement on defense. We kind of went to a different look up front and moved some kids around. We found a good defensive player. A little Powell kid stepped up and played well for us, and that's made a big difference in what play. Finding a good player to kind of lead us there, and that's built those guys. Offensively, we've changed what we're doing. Went back to our spread and taking advantage of our speed and using Tyshawn and also taking advantage of Terrell's power, I guess, not really his speed, but his power, and using the two guys on the outside, Tariq and Skylar, using those guys a little bit more and taking advantage of that stuff. So we're able to score a little bit more and use that way.
That was Lincoln football coach Ledford Gibson talking about his football team, who came away with a big win this past weekend against the West Lincoln Rebels up in Vail. It was a tight game. Actually, the Rebels had a 20-14 lead in the second half. Lincoln came back to tie that game up 20-20, and then later on in that fourth quarter, Lincoln started a drive on their own 2-yard line and went 98 yards to take the lead, converted a 2-point conversion to go up 28-20. And I think there was with about 2 minutes left, West Lincoln turned it over again, and then Lincoln put across another touchdown with just about 30 seconds left in the game. So the score was 35-20, but it was closer than that.
Absolutely. I mean, that was a great game. You know, like I say, West Lincoln, they had the lead in the third quarter, like you said, Ken, 20-14. You know, I mean, Tommy Saint's football team played really good, and so did Coach Left Gibson as well. So, you know, I would have loved to that game to watch that game. That was a tight game going all the way into the fourth quarter. Like you said, Lincoln had what, a 98
yard drive, and had some penalties in there they had to overcome during that drive, but they just kept turning away and finally scored on a 27-yard touchdown pass from McLean, our Lincoln County Football Player of the Week, to Tyreek Hollis. And Lincoln scored another touchdown with 30 seconds left after West Lincoln turnover, Hollis with a 21-yard run, and then they kicked the extra point, and that made the final 35-20.
Yeah, it's really good to see McLean. You know, he was out, what, a little bit in the third quarter?
He was out. He got hurt early in the third quarter and was out most of the third quarter.
And he came back.
And he had a thigh injury. He wasn't 100% when he came back, so he led that team.
We saw his thigh Monday.
And he still was hobbling a little bit. I mean, he had an injury that really affected him.
Yes, and like I say, his thigh was real swelled up. So he said he took a helmet into the leg of one of West Lincoln football players. So, yeah, he's a tough kid, too. And I'm going to tell you something, Ken. I'm impressed with him. Not ever playing quarterback. And a lot of people don't realize this. Lincoln had to find a quarterback. They didn't have a quarterback.
They didn't have one at all that had actually played JVs or anything.
So that's a testament to the coaching staff of Lincoln High School, to the Wolves, Ledford Gibson, Cole Sigmund, Dave Bird, the whole entire coaching staff there, also Marty and the rest of the guys there. I mean, they had to go out and find a quarterback to run that offense. And one thing that Ledford told us, he said, you know, Tim, he said, this kid's every week. And I told McLean himself, I was really impressed the way he threw the football. He's starting to throw the football, you know, complete some passes, stuff like that.
Well, he's getting more comfortable throwing it.
Absolutely.
He's more comfortable. It's not as strange to him throwing it. And here's the thing. He's a well-built young man.
Yes, he is.
And so when he decides to keep it, he can run.
He's strong.
He's a quarterback that run with power.
Absolutely.
Rather than speed.
They got the dynamic play of Tyshawn Harris.
Oh, yeah, they got Harris, who didn't score a bunch of touchdowns in this game. He usually does, but he still and I'm sure West Lincoln was keen on him, but he still had 93 yards running on 21 carries.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So there's no doubt. And Tyreek Hollis had a big game, too. Had a 27-yard touchdown reception and a 21-yard run. So he had the go-ahead touchdown. So
yes.
Put him up.
And they had an extra point blocked when they was trying to go up 21-20. And so they went for 2 after they scored that go-ahead touchdown. And they used sort of a trick play where they lined up to kick the PAT, and Hollis was a holder. Well, he took the snap and rose up and threw a 2-point conversion to McLean. Right. So they switched roles there on that play.
Is Harris the best running back in the conference?
I would say he
would say.
He's the leading rusher in the Congress. He's well over 1,000 yards. And he's done it every game, Tim. He's got speed.
He's been a great leader for the Lincoln Wolves.
And he's not only got speed, but he's a little bit of workhorse. You can give it to him 25, 30 times a game.
Absolutely. All right, Ken, the West Lincoln Rebels, Nikathan Fansuk, who was a First Federal Lincoln County High School Student Athlete of the Week, had 109 yards rushing on 26 carries. Also, Xander Pendergrass, the young man to me and you like a lot, Ken, had 61 yards rushing on 3 carries. It's pretty impressive there, and had a 43-yard TD and also had a pass interception as well.
That kid's a sophomore, and so he's got a good future in front of him.
He does.
Now, this week, the Lincolnton Wolves play Lake Norman Charter, who unfortunately hasn't had a good season. They've got thumped pretty heavily in most of the conference games. So that's Lincoln's homecoming game tonight. And so I look for Lincoln to win their 3rd straight conference win tonight.
Right. So hopefully that'll be 3 in a row for the Lincoln Wolves.
Yes.
And the West Lincoln Rebels, let's see, they take on, is that Bandy? Is that correct, Ken?
Yes, they take on Bandy's at Bandy's, and that's been a little bit of rivalry in the past, Tim.
Yes.
So that's not necessarily an easy game for them.
No, it ain't. So I know Tommy Sain's going to have his football team. He's going to have them well prepared like he always does, him and his coaching staff. And I tell you, Tom Sain does an unbelievable job with those young men up at West Lincoln. And we're so thankful that every time we go up our Tom, he just makes us feel so welcome. So what a great man he is, and a great person to be able to lead your young men in football as well as off the field too, Ken. You know Tom well.
Yes, and Bandy's lost to East Lincoln last week, 38-13. It was a 10-7 game in half, but East Lincoln dominated second half to go ahead 38-7 before Bandy scored a late touchdown. Bandy's has lost 5 straight, but I'd still look for this game against West Lincoln to be close. And West Lincoln needs this win to keep their playoff hopes alive.
That's right. So we'll be back after this fine commercial here for you on the WLON 1050 AM. Hey, the First Federal Lincoln County High School Football Show. You're listening to Mr. Baseball himself, Kenny Link and Tim Johnson, right here on KTC Broadcasting.
Let's go on things right now, baby. Tell me if you love me or not. Love me or not. Love me or not. Let the house on you, am I lucky or not? Lucky or not?
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank is 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Boger City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Tom Sain, West Lincoln High School football coach. You're listening to Tim Johnson and Ken Link on the First Federal Lincoln County High School football show.
Okay, we're back here on the First Federal High School football show for Lincoln County here, and we've been talking about several games, and the big game tonight pairs a couple of undefeated teams in the conference. East Lincoln, who's 4-0 in the conference, 5-3 overall, and won 5 straight, go on the road against the Maiden Blue Devils, who are undefeated, 4-0 in the conference, 8-0 overall. Now, this is going to be a key game for both teams. East Lincoln has been playing well. They've got their offense in gear a little bit now. That defense has been tough all year long. They've played well, and they go up there to try to see if they can knock off these Maiden Blue Devils.
I tell you, Ken, that's going to be a great football game. That's going to come down to defense versus offense. So, and we know that East Lincoln, Coach Leibowitz, has got a great defense. And like you said, they probably got the best defense in our conference, and most definitely in Lincoln County. But if Coach Leibowitz goes up there and he beats the Maiden Blue Devils, look out.
Yeah, that'd be a huge win. And Chase Jones had another big game last week, his second really good game in a row. And they sputtered a little bit offensive first half, but second half they got it going and really lit up the scoreboard a little bit against Bandy's team. Chase Jones, that is.
He's playing good football.
Threw for 2 touchdowns, rushed for 2 touchdowns.
Now, you talking about a kid that's improved every week? I mean, this kid from week 1, Ken, to right now is probably the most improved player in the conference.
I would say
no doubt about it.
And he's playing with confidence now, and I think he's showing leadership where his team is behind him. They have confidence in him, and that makes a big difference.
Yes, absolutely. And what a great young man he is, too. His dad, Johnny Jones, like Coach said the other week, went to Lincolnton, also a former player. Also, his mom, Mandy, know Mandy well. So great parents, great family, and I know they're proud of what Chase is doing there at East Lincoln High School. So, and he's a junior, is that correct? He'll be back junior?
Yeah, he's a junior. He'll be back next year.
So this is good experience for him, getting him ready for next year. And listen, they have a chance to go to the playoffs.
Oh, well, yeah, they're going to the playoffs with the record they already have. I mean, they will need one more win, don't get me wrong, but I think they'll get at least one more win. And we're going to talk in a few minutes about the conference standings and the remaining games the teams have and their chances of making the playoffs. Chandler Jones, the other Jones on that team.
Jones brothers.
I think he had over 200 yards rushing against Mandy, so he had a big game as well.
And he was one of the players that Coach Leibowitz, he wanted us to make known that he thought he might fit the criteria of being the first Federal Lincoln County High School student athlete football player of the week, and he did without a doubt. He's definitely a great football. Had a great year so far too.
And we consider all the players the coaches send us. We try to make the best choice we can, and the coaches realize that only one player is going to win it every week. They can't be four, and so they understand that. But we want to say good things about all the players that send us and that do well and highlight their performance. A couple of guys that caught some touchdown passes last week against Mandy, Taven Johnson and Christian Parks, both caught touchdown passes from Chase Jones. It looks like their offense had come alive. And Tim, we saw East Lincoln play several games, and we said if they could just quit making
mistakes,
the penalties, clean those up on offense, they're sort of shooting themselves in the foot. And it looks like they've done that to some extent.
They have. They've cleaned up some of their mistakes, and that's, like I said, it's a testament to the coaching. Getting his players to understand, hey guys, we're getting beat because we're making these mistakes. So so that's a testament to the coaching, what Coach Leibowitz and them, the coaching staff there at East Lincoln's doing. So no doubt about it, Ken. If they can, if they can come out and play a really good, clean football game, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to pick East Lincoln tonight to upset Maiden.
We could happen. It's up there at Maiden. Now, they've got a good team, and we saw them last week. Tim, I was impressed by the defense against North Lincoln.
Right.
I knew they had some good offensive players.
Right.
They're led by Kagan Mayfield, quarterback. Caleb McDaniel, he's a receiver, but he had a
really good
44-yard touchdown run. And Kentrell Williams, that's the running back
number 22.
He had 119 yards rushing, and he's an excellent player. So they've got some good offensive players.
All right, Kenny. Oh, excuse me. I got a cough. I've been sick for the last couple of weeks, Ken. I can't get over this cold. But anyway, the East Lincoln Mustangs and the Maiden Blue Devils, they're at Maiden tonight. So I'm picking East Lincoln to upset them.
Could be. We'll see. That's going to be a heck of a game.
All righty, Ken. We're going to go to a commercial, and we're going to come back. We're going to talk about House of Pizza, our favorite place to eat, Ken. And we had some great food there tonight. We'll be right back here on the First Federal Lincoln County High School Football Show. You're listening to Tim Johnson and Ken Link.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Bossier City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
All righty, Kenny, we're back here on the LON, 1050 AM. It's Tim Johnson and Ken Link every Fridays, the First Federal Lincoln County High School Football Show. Lincoln County, Ken, has got one of the best restaurants you can ever eat at. We're talking about the House of Pizza.
Yes, and we enjoy eating there every Friday night. And you don't have to wait till Friday night to eat there, Tim.
Lord,
they got good food all week long.
Yes, they do. Also, I want to stand a shout out to Wayne Howard and David Keever, the best people in sports editing, Ken, and we're so thankful what those two guys do for us.
Oh, yes. They're putting pictures of our First Federal Savings Bank Player of the Week in the papers every week on in the Lincoln Herald online, and we appreciate their support and how they support high school sports in this area.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So every Friday you can catch Tim and Ken. Also on Wednesdays you catch us on The Best in Sports from the 5 on WCSL. But tune in to Wayne Howard, and, of course, I'm David Keever every Monday, Wednesday. Wayne's actually, he's what, 5 days, 6, 7 days a week, Ken.
Oh, yeah. You pull up that Lincoln Herald, and they've got the current news. They keep it current. If it's breaking, they probably got it. So,
all right, Ken. You got some standings for us, my man.
Yes, let's talk a little bit about the standings. Up top, we have Maiden, Newton Conover, and East Lincoln, all with 4-0 conference records. And those three teams will be playing each other over the next 3 weeks. So we're going to find out how that's going to jumble out and who's going to finish on top. Lincoln and West Lincoln are next in the standings. Lincoln with a 2-2 conference record, and West Lincoln with a 1-3 conference record. Both those teams have 3-5 overall records. So, Tim, Lincoln and West Lincoln both have a shot to make the playoffs, but they got to win out.
That'll win out. You're right.
Now, East Lincoln's won. They're 5-3. They'll have to win one more game. Let's talk a little bit about the Lincoln County teams. East Lincoln plays at Maiden tonight. Then they play West Lincoln at home. Then they're at Newton Conover. They only need to win one more game to get to 6 and get into the playoffs. I think they'll do that for sure. Now, Lincolnton has to win out. Lincoln's got Lake Norman Charter tonight. Then they're at North Lincoln, and they finish up at home with their rival Maiden.
Right, I agree with you. Yep.
And then West Lincoln is at Bandy's tonight, at East Lincoln next week, and finish up with Lake Norman Charter. They need to win out as well, and they've got 2 tough road games coming up.
So you got West Lincoln, who only 3 teams. Probably going to make it, but there's a possibly 4th team. Is that right?
Possibly. If they win 6 games, you got to win 6 games, or you're not going to get in.
So Lincolnton owns their own destiny. They control
really
it. They control their destiny. How about West Lincoln? They control their destiny.
Yes,
but Lincolnton beat West Lincoln. What if they both went out? Lincolnton gets the edge.
Well, yeah, they probably would choose them over West Lincoln if it was a choice between the two.
Right,
so,
I agree with
that's
you.
the way the standings are. And as I said, Maiden, Newton Conover, and East Lincoln all playing each other the next 3 weeks, and so we'll figure out who's going to finish on top.
Ken, where you at tonight? Because I ain't going to be there.
Well, me and Evan spoke. Ludwig is going to be at Newton Conover to see that game between the Beam Red Devils and the Leibowitz Knights.
So that ought to be Coach Pack ought to have his kids fired up. So that ought to be
not Leibowitz, but Steve
Coach
Pack.
Yeah,
Steve Pack, not Leibowitz.
Well,
I'm in the wrong thing here.
Yeah, that's all right. Anyway, that ought to be a great football game. I think North Lincoln can beat them if they put some points on the board. Their defense has got to play the game of their life, Kenny.
Yeah, it'll be a good game. I'm looking forward to it.
All righty. Thank you for tuning in to all our friends and all the fans of Lincoln County High School football to WLON 1050 AM. It's Tim Johnson and Ken Lee. And we'll see you guys here next Friday.
See you then.
It's the grand reopening of Ronaldo Cadillac Buick GMC in Shelby. Hurry in now for celebration savings. During this grand event, get grand savings like $10,000 off MSRP on a new 2016 GMC Sierra 1500 four-wheel drive crew cab. Get $5,000 off MSRP on a new 2017 Buick Encore. And get $7,500 off MSRP on a new 2017 Buick Enclave Convenience. Come in for all the details during the grand reopening. Ronaldo Cadillac Buick GMC at Ronaldo Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby. It's time to trade up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Payment starts at $97 per month, or you can get 2.99% APR financing plus up to $300 customer cash. And that's not all. Get 2.99% financing APR plus up to $1,000 in customer cash. Come in for all the details during the trade up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Exit 22 at I-85, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com. The RVer's most trusted resource for over 50 years. That's Campers Inn. Family owned and operated since 1966. And this area's dealer is Campers Inn in Kings Mountain. Campers Inn is the nation's largest family-operated RV dealership. 16 locations up and down the East Coast. From motorhomes to travel trailers and more, from the industry's leading manufacturers, plus award-winning RV sales and service. See hundreds of RVs for the best prices. Plus, they have certified and trained service personnel and a professional staff with years of RV knowledge. Campers Inn, Highway 161 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain. Tim Calvin sent you in to the Campers Inn. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event is underway at Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Come in now and ask about 0% financing for 84 months on select Kubota tractors with a big 6-year warranty. Come on in for all the details and don't miss it. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event underway now at Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Betsy Drive off the Oak Grove Road and Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
Take a look.
CKDKDS Macron.
Yes, I've seen this before. Your husband has coyote fever.
Coyote fever?
Yes, he's obviously learned of the hot deals going on now at your local Coyote tractor dealer.
Is this serious?
Very serious. Now is the best time to buy one of the best-selling tractors on the market. If you care at all about your husband, you'll drive him over to the Coyote dealer now. Oh, and I'm writing you a prescription for great deals on all implements, too.
Your Coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vale. It's the grand opening of new Renato Honda. The renovations are complete, and you're invited to drop by our new showroom. Check out great deals this month, like 0.9% APR financing for the 2017 Honda Civics and Honda Accords. Offer ends October 31st. And check out the great specials in the service department. Don't get left out in the cold with a free winter battery test. And right now, get an oil change, tire rotation, and balancing, only $74.95. Don't miss the deals during the grand opening celebration at the new Renato Honda, located at Renato Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard, Champaign.
Where I come from, it's cornbread and chicken. Where I come from.
All right, Jason Sane here, joined by Shannon Allen. You're listening to the Renato Auto Mall broadcast of the stadium, First Federal Savings Bank pregame show. We'll be bringing you the Lincolnton Wolves tonight against Lake Norman Charter here to visit on homecoming. And you're at Von Ray Harris Field. Again, this is Jason Sane, joined by Shannon Allen. And we'll be bringing you all the action tonight on WLON 1050 AM. You can catch us on YouTube, listen to us on the AM radio, of course, but you can also catch us at WLON1050am.com, LincolnCounty.com, all sorts of ways to listen to the game, KTCBroadcasting.com. So if you can't find the game, you're not looking hard enough. Like I said, got good football weather here tonight. Shannon, what do you think about the atmosphere here at Lincolnton?
It's a nice weather. This is a nice stadium to begin with. It's I was telling you before, with me being from Shelby, this is my first time on this side of this field actually. So usually I'm over there on the concrete looking down, but yeah, it's a different perspective, and I think it's going to be a big night for Lincoln tonight for sure. And it's good weather, and it's now football season.
Yeah,
now football weather.
Cooled off a little bit. That's what I was going to say. It's cooled off enough to actually feel like a football game. Got some long sleeves underneath the uniforms tonight for a few of the players. And I'm kind of like you. I was always on the other side of the field. I've been in the opposing team dugout. You know, it's underneath the stadium over there. If you've ever been in it, you can kind of win. At halftime, you can feel the crowd walking around on top of it. But
and this is a hard place to come and play, especially
it's a hard place to come get a win.
Yes,
that's why it's hard to play here.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, the Lincolnton crowd, of course, always faithful that come out in droves. But on homecoming night, you can expect an extra couple hundred fans. Be out here tonight making a little extra noise. You'll have some more pomp and circumstance with the pregame. The halftime show will be a little longer as they announce the court and all that good stuff. Should be a great night for football here at Von Ray Harris Field.
I think Scott Cloninger down there on the field taking pictures.
That wouldn't surprise anybody at one bit.
Yeah.
There's a Cloninger on the field, or Cloninger. Definitely not a surprise here at Lincoln.
No.
Faithful fans of Lincoln football for years.
Probably one of the best high school coaches probably in the state of North Carolina. I don't want to say ever because that's a.
Oh yeah,
but he's one of the top. There's no doubt.
Anytime you start talking about of all time, it's hard to narrow it down.
Yeah.
But you can definitely throw his name in the hat, and you know the record speaks for itself. When you got the few state championships within the past decade, you can always be in the conversation for sure. And you got good stories to tell as well. Never left out of that end.
Oh yeah.
As we said, the scoreboard still reached 12 minutes till game time. Still, it's only 7:10 here on the clock. It's kickoff scheduled for 7:30. Again, you're listening to the First Federal Savings Bank pregame show. We'll have the Classic Ford of Shelby players to watch coming up later for each team. Give you a little idea of who's who, maybe who to keep an eye on, and who needs to have a good game tonight to set up victory for the teams.
Yeah.
What sort of records do these two teams have coming in?
Well, Lincoln comes in right now. They're if you talk about conference play, they're 4th in the conference, 2-2 in the conference, and 3-5 overall. Lake Norman Charter, they are yet to get a conference win at 0-4, but they are 3-5 overall, the same record as Lincolnton. So tonight. For Lincolnton, this is a big ball game.
Yeah, I heard a little talk just a minute ago as well to that effect.
Yeah, this is one of those games.
Playoff implications here.
Yeah, as Lincoln and were saying, this is one of those games. Now they got to control their own destiny, and I talked about this in the pregame show, but it's one of those type deals that you have to win. Do what you can to put yourself in the best position at the end of the season, because. Hey, the playoffs are not that's not out of the option right now.
No, just the consensus that you need to win 6 games to be in legitimate consideration for the playoffs to know that you're being selected.
Yeah.
And right now they would have to win out is what I heard. So definitely tonight's game against an opponent that's struggled a little bit coming into the game. I think they were down 60-0 at some point last week in their game. So yeah, Lake Norman, you pick a team that they think maybe they can beat here for homecoming.
Yeah.
But after that they've got North Lincoln, another conference opponent, followed by Maiden. And those are a couple of the better teams, particularly Maiden. North Lincoln also able to find some success. Seen them play a few times. They got a little pass attack.
Oh, they got a good offense.
They can put together with some rushing attack. Just maybe seen the defense. It tends to give up as many points as they put up. And so every game's, right there. It's just it's a contest with North Lincoln, but they can definitely score.
Yeah.
If they were to put together a good defensive scheme one day, you could really find yourself against the wall late in that game.
And you talk about Lake Norman Charter. I knew I'd do that for nights over.
Oh yeah, they sound a lot alike.
Yeah, you talk about their record, but you look at Lincolnton, and I had their schedule up here. Their next 2 opponents after tonight are North Lincoln and Maiden. Now people will say, well, that's not a easy task, but the way Lincoln's playing right now. And the way they are, I think they're starting to find an identity for themselves. And, maybe they're not beating the top-tier teams, but let me tell you, winning breeds confidence. And with high school age kids, you tell them you give them a win, and they're going to keep wanting to build it. They're going to get a taste of that, and they're not going to want to get it out of their mouth. And you never know what's going to happen. You never know, especially. What's coming up? You just got to take care of one game at a time.
Yeah, the program with this kind of history, they could definitely get hot going into the playoffs and put together a nice run. As you said, finding an identity early in the season, a little quarterback question mark. And Terrell McLean's ended up being the answer to that. He was player of the week here this past week. So like you said, finding an identity. He had 4 touchdowns in last week's contest and caught a 2-point conversion. 2 in the air, 2 on the ground. What I heard there in the pregame show from Tim and Ken.
And he's got it like 800. I think it's 833 yards so far this year passing. And I guess they're going to go back to the spread. They're going to use their speed and try to beat people with what they have. And they may not be able to line up and power it down your throat, but they can use that athleticism, get to the edges on the outside. And it could be Katie bar the door tonight. It really could be if Lincoln gets on the roll. But then again, you got to take care of tonight. Look at last week, St. Stephen's, and I know that's out of the area, but they went up to Watauga and beat Watauga, who was, they were heavily favored to win that game. So Lake Norman Charter coming in here, Lincoln's heavily favored, but anything can happen.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
They are playing some of their best football, though, and it is the right time to do that. That's what you want to see as the season goes on. Tyshawn Harris and Tyreek Hollis also big contributors to this team.
Yeah. Well, we look at Rush and Harris. He's eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark. He's at 11:23 so far in the year, and Hollis with 460 in receiving. But you know, if these three guys can continue each and every week to produce, Lincolnton, they're going to be a force to handle. And again, they keep getting better. Again, you can't look the next week. You got to take care of tonight, and then worry about next week Monday.
Yeah, with it being homecoming, you got a little extra incentive to focus on tonight's game for Lincolnton.
Oh yeah.
And well, on the North Lincoln, excuse me, the Lake Norman Charter side of the ball, they got Jackson Newton, quarterback. He's playing well for them, leading their team in the quarterback department.
Yeah.
Running back wise, they've got a couple options there. One of them, Stankiewicz. What else did they have there in the running department? That was
Josh Aruda. He's a sophomore. He scored 5 touchdowns for them, but he's only had 170 yards rushing. And they have a kid named Owen Thomas, a junior, at 284 yards total, or 284 rushing the ball with 2 touchdowns. You know, I think Lake Norman, the Knights, they've got to. I don't think they've really found. You know, I don't think they've got that one go-to. Maybe they do, but he doesn't have like that. He's not like Lincoln that has a Hollis or a Harris, you know, behind him. He's just one person. I think that begins with the quarterback.
A conference leader that you can just give the ball to 25, 30 times a game.
Yeah.
No, he's going to have a good day.
And especially when your quarterback's probably their best player, and you know, he can only do so much. He's got to have help somewhere. And I don't think they really, you know, they just don't have that. They just don't have that talent with them.
All right, there. We've got a little outlook for the game. Again, we're going to take a quick break, but afterwards we'll be coming with the Classic Ford of Shelby players to watch. You're listening to the First Federal Savings Bank pregame show, and this is the Ronaldo Automall broadcast of the Lincolnton Wolves high school football game as they host Lake Norman Charter Knights here at Von Ray Harris Field. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
It's the Subway Sub of the Day. Each day of the week, you get a different 6-inch sub for just $3.50. Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki sub. Tuesday, the oven roasted chicken sub. Wednesday, the turkey breast sub. Thursday, the Italian BMT sub. Friday, the tuna sub. Saturday, the Black Forest ham sub. And Sunday, the meatball marinara sub. Your choice, just $3.50. The Sub of the Day from Subway in Boulder City and Walmart in Lincolnton.
Just say fill her up. Be ready for Old Man Winter with a fill up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincolnton. No matter where you live, Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincolnton can deliver. Just call 704-735-2508. Be ready for Old Man Winter with your winter fill up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company. 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Again, call 704-735-2508. Just say fill her up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln.
Drew, this new city just makes me miss home, man.
Go get a sweet tea from McDonald's. They make it fresh, sweet, and it's ice cold, just like your mom's.
But I miss home.
Oh, so you miss your mom telling you to make sure your room's clean? Or close the fridge and stop letting all the clear out? Or turn the lights on?
All right, got it. The sweet tea is just right. But you know, about my mom, you get jokes.
No.
This is no joke. Stop by McDonald's and get a large sweet tea for just $1 all summer long. Large sweet tea, just $1. Price and participation may vary. Limited time only.
Having trouble finding a car or truck at a price you can afford? Your troubles are over when you stop in at Milholland Automotive in Lincolnton. At Milholland Automotive in Lincolnton, they make buying a pre-owned vehicle easy. No credit, no money to put down. Milholland Automotive has the banks to get you approved. Come see the selection today at Milholland Automotive, 423 West Main Street in Lincolnton. Visit the website at milhollandautomotive.com for a complete list of inventory, or give them a call at 704-736-1000. That's Milholland Automotive in Lincolnton. The RVer's most trusted resource for over 50 years. That's Campers Inn. Family owned and operated since 1966. And this area's dealer is Campers Inn in Kings Mountain. Campers Inn is the nation's largest family-operated RV dealership, 16 locations up and down the East Coast. From motorhomes to travel trailers and more, from the industry's leading manufacturers, plus award-winning RV sales and service. See hundreds of RVs for the prices. Plus, you have certified and trained service personnel and a professional staff with years of RV knowledge. Campers Inn, Highway 161 South of 95 in Kings Mountain. Tell them Calvin sent you in to the Campers Inn. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event is underway at Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Come in now and ask about 0% financing for 84 months on select tractors with a big 6-year warranty. Come on in for all the details and don't miss it. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event underway now at Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Betty Drive off the Oak Grove Road and Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain.
right, we're back. You're listening to Jason Sane, joined by Shannon Allen tonight on the First Federal Savings Bank pregame show. This is the Ronaldo Automall broadcast of the Lincolnton Wolves high school football game as they host Lake Norman Charter tonight. Again, we've got good, cool weather. Feels a bit like football weather tonight for perhaps the first time this season.
Yeah.
And
all week it's felt this way.
Yeah, it's been a little cooler every morning. Actually had a little frost on the ground a couple of mornings in this area. I am seeing some of the coaches make their way into the press box. So the action's about to start. Band is striking up, making their way around the field. The colors have been presented. We did get in the national anthem just now during that break. So next up on our agenda, we've got the Classic Ford of Shelby, players for each team. What do you have for us in that department for the Lincolnton High School Wolves? Who's the player to watch tonight? The Classic Ford of Shelby, player to watch.
Well, I think, my player to watch for Lincoln is going to be McLean. Terrell McLean, I could either, I could pick Harris, McLean, or Hollis, and I'm going to go with McLean. I think with, the quarterback position, I think he's going to be the leader. As he goes, the offense is going to go. And with what Lincoln said a while ago about they're going to go to the spread offense. Now, I think that's he's going to be a big part of that. But he's so dangerous. He's he's a big presence just way up here in the press box. He's a big youngin out there anyway. Can he throw it? But he can also run it.
Yeah,
and that's going to be dangerous. And again, I don't think Lake Norman they've got their hands full tonight. That young man.
That's right. I also want to see how he fares. He missed a little bit of action, not much, but the third quarter he got a helmet to the thigh area, missed a little bit of the third quarter, but he played the fourth, so I'm sure he's fine. But they said he was showing little signs. Didn't see any of that in the pregame. But who knows, as the game wears on, let's see if any of that maybe resurfaces late in the game. Yeah. Hopefully they'll have enough points at that point to perhaps rest McLean or something to that effect. But you got to score those points first. So, again, Terrell McLean, definitely a player to keep your eyes on tonight for the Lincoln Wolves. And as we look to the other side of the ball for Lake Norman Charter, the Knights coming into this game, coming off of a tough loss last week, looking to turn things around on their season in general. But who would be a player to keep your eyes on for the Lake Norman?
Lake Norman, it's for the Knights. I'm going with number 3, quarterback Jackson Newton. He's a big kid. 6'4", I think, but I think as he goes, as we were saying a while ago, as he goes, Lake Norman's going to go. He's very, very poised. I guess what he does in the pocket, but he's going to have to put them on their shoulders tonight if they're going to beat this talented Lincoln team.
Yeah, I think statistically speaking, when you look at their line, Newton's the quarterback that generates all the offense, the yards. Yeah, so he's going to have to come up big tonight and do the same.
And they haven't really put up much numbers all year, so it really is by committee. If you look in the rushing attack, it's they can put 3 back there, and one the Ruta kid, the sophomore, he's got 5 touchdowns. So Newton hadn't done it by himself, but that's probably from in between the 20s. But you got to get in the red zone. You got to get down there, and he's going to be a big part of that.
And I do say they got a little receiving threat here. Junior Wilder, he scored 4 of their 7 receiving touchdowns. He's only averaging about 30 yards a game, but he's got a couple hundred more than the next closest receiver.
Yeah.
So that's another guy in the receiving core. If Newton's going to be effective, he's going to have to throw it to somebody, and you'd expect that to be Wilder, the junior, that's going to have to find a way to get open tonight. Yeah. Otherwise, Newton, you can be a good passer, but if you don't have a man to pass it to, a game of catch goes 2 ways.
That's true too. And when you're Lincoln and you know what you're playing, you know what you're expecting. But when you play a team like this, that's when you tell your defensive line, hey, pin yours back. Pin yours back, put some pressure on it, because if you stop Newton, you're going to stop Lake Norman Charter.
Yeah, I was about to mention the other side of it, the unsung heroes, that offensive line.
Oh, yeah.
If you can't get some holes open up, you can't run. If you can't keep the quarterback on his feet long enough, you can't get any routes to develop. You can't pass. If the offensive line's getting blown away for either team, you can have a real tough night offensively. No holes to run through, not enough time to even for a play to even develop when you're trying to pass. And that just makes it difficult all around. So there's your classic Ford Lincoln of Shelby players to watch. We got Terrell McLean for Lincoln High School Wolves, and then we've got Jackson Newton, quarterback, his counterpart for Lake Norman Charter. So there's your players to keep your eyes on. And we've getting the captains out on the field, Lake Norman Charter captains. Let's see what kind of eyes we have. It's number 3, Jackson Newton. There's one player to keep your eyes on. Also, I see number 77. That's Zach Rollins, offensive and defensive lineman, 6'1", 297.
You got number 34. That's Owen Thomas. That's one of the running backs for them. And you got number 5, Davis Wilder. So those 3 out of the 4 guys we mentioned a while ago as being part of their arsenal at Lake Norman.
And I noticed the other's an outside linebacker as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if he started on the defensive side.
Probably so.
Yeah, when you got a little talent and, especially some smaller schools, not finding much success, you try to keep your talent on the field, both sides of the ball. They tend to play both ways in high school. If you got enough people that are good enough to play both ways or to keep where you only have 11 playing offense, 11 playing defense, that's a real advantage. I've seen Shelby manage to do that once or twice.
Oh, yeah.
And Lincolnton comes close to it from year to year.
Yes.
Where they've only got 1 or 2 guys playing both ways.
And for Lincoln, you got number 7, Terrell McClain. You got number 3, Tyshawn Harris. You got number 70, Johnny Araya. And number 55, his name is Mauricio Lozano. Is that right? Lozano?
Sounds right.
That's
Mauricio
the captains for
Lozano.
Lincoln. And they're meeting in midfield now and getting ready to I don't think Lincoln's come out yet. No, they're waiting for
Team hasn't.
Yeah, team hasn't.
After this, the captains will get back in the huddle and they'll want to tear up a banner, of course. Lake Norman Charter opting just to make their way to the sideline. No,
okay, just melted into the
yeah. Ooh, hate to say it, but I could literally about count the Lake Norman fans over there.
I counted 14 a while ago. Now I don't know now, maybe a little more.
It's a little sparse, but hey, it's still a good ways. Off to travel. Also, we got a few minutes for the kickoff, so I'm sure they'll come in and they'll trickle in a few.
But Lincoln has won the toss, and they are electing to receive.
All right, going to get the ball.
First half.
I'm going to get on the board first.
Yeah,
They'll be moving right to left on the radio dial as you face the field from the Lincoln press box.
Strike quick and strike early.
All right, so the Lake Norman and Lincolnton players make their way back to their respective sidelines. Lincolnton players join their teammates who are still huddled in the locker room. So we're going to take another quick break here. You're listening to WLON 1050 AM. This is the Lincolnton Wolves taking on Lake Norman Charter. You got high school football action here. KTC Broadcasting will be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Celebrating 50 years. It's the Glen Oaks Golf Club. Hard to think how many birdies have been made over these years, and oh yeah, how many double bogeys too. Whether it's a birdie, par, or bogey, you'll love the Glen Oaks Golf Club. It's open to everyone. Visit the beautiful pro shop with driving range, snack bar, banquet facility, bar, picnic shelter, and swimming pool. Great for group outings. Reserve your tee time calling 828-428-2451 or visit the website at glenoaksgolf.com.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for the first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Your local auto owner's insurance agency is East Lincoln Insurance Agency on Highway 16 in Denver. Call 704-483-3243. It's the grand opening of the new Renato Honda. Renovations are complete, and you're invited to drop by our new showroom. Check out the great deals this month, like 0.9% APR financing for the 2017 Honda Civics and Honda Accords. Offer ends October 31st, and check out the great specials in the service department. Don't get left out in the cold with the winter battery test. And right now, get an oil change, tire rotation, and balancing only $74.95. Don't miss the deals during the grand opening celebration at the new Renato Honda, located at Renato Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby. It's time to trade up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Payment starts at $97 a month, or you can get 2.99% APR financing plus up to $300 customer cash. And that's not all. Get 2.99% financing APR plus up to $1,000 in customer cash. Come in for all the details during the Trade Up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Exit 22 at I-85, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
All right, folks, we're back here at Von Ray Harris Field. It's almost 7:30. Max Blistein gets set to kick off for the Lake Norman Charter Knights. we've got Hollis and Harris deep to receive for the Wolves as the referee's fixing to wind the clock. The whistle blows and action is underway.
Lincolnton, he's going to have to, one of those, you're going to kick to him, you're going to kick to the side of bounds, but either way, those back three guys.
Yeah, they're not going to kick it to one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, they do. They go deep, so a chance for a return here.
Try to put in the end zone, didn't. And Hollis takes the ball at the 2. He makes it, may whack up the midfield, makes a couple moves, and he just shoestring tackled about the 23-yard line. So that's where Lincoln will take over at the 23-yard line. And we're going to see, McLean's out there, so I guess that thigh's okay. I think he's ready to rock and roll here.
Yeah, he's going to start the game anyway.
Yeah, he's going to start.
And of course, kind of knew that. Didn't hear anything to the contrary. He played the fourth quarter last week after coming out for a little bit. Probably just got some tape on it, put a little ice on it. He's good to go.
Lincoln rides up to split right, one split left, single back, shotgun. They're going to spread formation. Takes the ball, hands off to Harris, and Harris goes up over the right side, breaks a couple tackles, and he's down. Looks like a gain of about 6 yards. 6 yards for Tyshawn Harris. Good push off the front of the Lincolnton right side of their offensive line. Give those boys some shout out there. They can't see. I know one's number 50, Jay Clark, and the center. So they Lincoln second down at 4. Looks like about their 30. We'll give them 6. I think he got 7. I think 33. Can't tell. 33-yard line. McLean makes shotgun. 22 set. A man in motion does a little quick pitch there to number 5. Hollis breaks to the outside and tries to get to the edge. Breaks a couple tackles. Still on his feet. And he got enough for the first down. He's about at the, I think they're marking at the 36-yard line. 36-yard line there for Hollis.
He picks up about 6 on the play, and that'll move the chains. That's in Eddie's Car Quest and Auto Parts. First down.
First down. So big good start here from Lincolnton. Again, utilizing what they have, their speed, and they're coming back out again in the 22 set, 2 to each side. McLean in the back, single back, man in motion. Hollis again, and he's going to hand off. It looks like he's handing off to Harris, and Harris goes up the middle, and he's met by a host of Lake Norman Knights, I guess you could say. Gained a couple.
It was good game tackling there by the defense.
I don't think they were fooled on that. It was the same play, same formation.
That was an inside the guards run. Even.
Yeah, like a little dive play. Yeah, Hollis went in motion, and Lake Norman.
I saw big number 77. I think that was captain Zach Rollins in on the defensive stop there. Might want to try a different gap.
So Lincoln comes out and trips to the left, single back. Lincoln taking these back to pass, and he's going to pass it to Hollis, and Hollis is going to get about just to the 45. So what do you say, about 6 yards there on the pass play?
5, 6. We'll call it a generous 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Good first completion in the books, and just one of his favorite targets there.
Oh, yeah, just a simple pass play to get your feet wet, just to get your nerves calmed down if you have any nerves going on. And 3rd and 1 here for the Wolves at their own 45-yard line. 2 split out to the right side this time, 1 to the left, and takes the snap and hands it off to Harris. Harris breaks around the right side. He's got some room, and he gets it over the 50, about to the Lake Norman 48, 48-yard line. 47, I guess they're going to the 47. Good run there by Harris. You know, again, Lincoln's going to have to use what they've got. They've got speed. They're going to have to keep just busting at the outside because that's going to open up that middle for them.
Been a little run heavy so far. One pass, but it was more of a little quick hitter, little screen pass.
It looks like trips to the right side, short side of the field. And takes the snap, and he's back to pass. Going to throw a deep route too, and he's caught it deep route to Hollis, and Hollis breaks the tackle, and he's going to go in the end zone. Touchdown for the Lincolnton Wolves. 48-yard touchdown pass to Hollis from McLean, and just like that, Lincolnton's on the board, 6-0. And again, you know, when you put man on man there with Hollis on the he was on the one receiver side, trips were on the right side. Hey, that's hard for a defender to beat to try to stop that. It's almost
he's out there on an island with the best receiver.
Yeah, I mean, it's just. But anyway, he scored. That's great. So in now to kick for Lincoln is Brian Cedano. Depends on how you want to say that. So you take the snap, and the kick is up, and it is good. So with 8:59 left here at Von Ray Harris Field, it's the Lincolnton Wolves 7, Lake Norman Knights 0.
We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
We're a community bank. That's why we always try to approach things from a community-minded point of view. When something is in the best interest of the communities we serve, it's good for us as well. We're community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank, member FDIC. Community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank, with 3 offices in Lincolnton, also in Gastonia, Denver, Forest City, Hickory, Lake Lowell. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. The Can-Ams have arrived at Outland Sports in Lincolnton. They're big, they're bold, and they're now in stock at Outland Motorsports. See the new 2018 Can-Am Maverick X3 or the new 2018 Can-Am Outlander 1000 XMR. Ask about special financing on selected 2017 models. Outland Motorsports, your new Can-Am dealer, serving Lincoln, Cleveland, and surrounding counties. Online at outlandmotorsports.com.
We're back here at Lincolnton, and the Lincolnton Cedeno just kicked off to Lake Norman. And Stankiewicz was return man, and he made about a 10-yard return and got met. Got met pretty hard there by the Wolves. I'm not sure the number it hit him.
Yeah, it was a big hit by the special teams there.
Yeah.
Stopped him at the 20-yard line cold. Took it from about the 6 out to the 20.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 for Lake Norman. Jackson Newton, Lake Norman trip set wide to the left, and he's going to hand the ball off up the middle. I didn't get the number of that guy running, but he was tackled by a host of Wolves, led by number 44. And I don't have a 44 from Lincoln. 34 was the ball carrier, Owen Thomas. Tackled by Lozano. So Lake Norman's coming back out set. They're coming 22 set, 2 split each side. 2nd down and got it 8. And Newton, quarterback, Thomas behind him. Single back set out of the spread offense, shotgun. And trying to draw the Wolves offside. And finally snaps the ball, hands it off to Thomas again. And runs to the left side, and he is tackled. And that's not even fair. That looked like a jailbreak there, led by Tyler Duncan for the Wolves.
Yep, looks like they're going to give him a generous spot. He did get back to the line of scrimmage.
Oh, gosh, that was an awful spot.
No gain.
That was an awful spot. Well, we'll call it that.
And they might have given forward progress.
Yeah, that's very generous.
Get a little better angle from down on the field. But, yeah, it was all-out defensive blitz, and it was met immediately. About had him at the mesh point.
Yeah, so Lake Norman comes, 3rd and we'll call it 9. Looks like 22 set again, and Newton back to pass. And he throws it, and it's going to be overthrown to receiver Jason Goodman. And Newton took a shot there from, looked like Noah Espindola. Made a good clean hit on him just to let him know he was there. And Lincoln stops Lake Norman. Made it look pretty easy there for them. But, Lake Norman, they have had some success, so you never know what's going to happen there.
Punt unit comes out for Lake Norman. Looks like number 6, Max Blistein, who does the kicking as well.
And you got, I think it's Hollis and Klein. High snap, Blistein gets the punt off.
Not a bad kick.
Not a bad kick at all.
Now past the 50. Going to bounce. Going to let it bounce. As Lincolnton trickling in the North Lincoln direction, they're going to down at about the 43. So that's where Lincoln will take over. Start their next drive here. We've got 7:14 left on the clock. First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. 7-0 Lincoln here in the first quarter.
And Lincoln coming out. Again, there's McLean at quarterback. So, yeah, I think he's perfectly fine now. Lincoln put together a good drive at
Not
first
seeing
drive.
any limp. Couldn't even tell which leg got hit.
No, and so I imagine you probably see him run here maybe this series.
Yeah, maybe it was a longevity thing. We wanted to see how it held up through the game, but they tend to be working quick here on offense.
So Lincoln first 10, we're on 43, split out set, 22 set, and McLean goes back, rolling to his right, makes a pass for the receiver. Oh, in triple coverage was intended for to Malcolm Durr, and he was, I think he was going to him the whole way. There was triple covered by the Lake Norman defense, which was a good defense But when you see McLean do that, that's when, as a coach, you want to look at him and say, hey, unless that was the intended target,
Definitely.
somebody else is open.
That was a bit of a forced pass.
Yeah,
That's like she has triple coverage. It was zone coverage, but two of them were on him, and then when he lobbed it up there, the third one, who was covering the man in the flats, was also able to get in on the defense.
So Lincoln comes up 2nd and 10, again from the old 43. Tight set, split to the right side. McLean back to pass, looks going deep, going in the middle of the field, and he's got Evans, and he's going to score. That's a touchdown, and forgive me for not knowing the names, but this is going quick here. Evans.
Skylar Evans.
Skylar Evans, yeah, Skylar Evans from McLean for, what we say, 57-yard touchdown pass.
That's exactly what I got, 57-yarder.
57-yard touchdown pass. And Evans running a little skinny post right across the middle of the field, beat the coverage, and McLean put it right where he needed to, and he just used his speed after that to break away from the Lake Norman defense.
Yeah, they strike quickly again with the deep pass.
Yeah. So now,
Still
again.
7 minutes on the clock here in the first quarter. Scored twice. Sedano lines up to kick the extra point.
And waiting on the snap. And there goes the snap. Low snap. Oh, goodness. Hollis takes that snap, rolls to the right side. Going to use his speed. And did he get in?
The referee says he came up just short.
Hey, I thought when he got that, he was going to break that.
He reached out, but again, referee standing right on top of that. Must have seen the knee go down. Full extension, the pylon didn't move. But, the extra point, bad snap, no good. We're going to take a quick break. Try to get back before this ensuing kickoff on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Ram Power Days. They're underway at Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge in Lincolnton. Get $1,000 Power Days bonus cash on select 2017 models. Now up to $11,971 in total value on the new Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab models. Or get 0% APR for 72 months on the new Ram 2017 1500 models. Come in now for all the details and save big during Ram Power Day. Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge, 1442 East Main Street in Lincoln. First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank is 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Bossier City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
And we're back here, and Lincolnton Sedano kicked off to Lake Norman. Stankiewicz took it at his own 5, got to the 20, met by Hollis, and that's where Lake Norman will take over 1st and 10 again from their own 20-yard line.
Almost identical to the last
Almost
kickoff.
Identical, exactly right. Two-back set now for Lake Norman. 2 men split wide left, 1 right. And Newton pointing out and getting the snap. And trying to draw the Wolves offside again. And he's going to hand off the ball carrier around to the right side. That's number 27, Josh Aruda, guy we mentioned before. Their touchdown playmaker, I guess you could say.
Short down, short yardage.
Yeah, short yardage. They gained about
goal line back.
So what we gave him? We gave him 1. Give him 1 on that, maybe 2.
Yeah, healthy 1, close to 2.
Okay, so Lake Norman again, not trying anything fancy. They're running between the tackles most of the time.
On first down, going with the run, trying to get a little better position, open up the playbook.
Same formation again for Lake Norman. Newton bringing it to the line with the snap, hands the ball off, first man through, and he goes up the middle like a little dive play. It looks like that was to Thomas. Again, a little better yardage there. Good push by the offensive line for Lake Norman. Looks like Lincoln may have been trying to go to their right side, which was an offensive left, and got fooled on that. So it's 3rd down, 3rd and 5 for Lake Norman. Lincoln defense doing all they can, or doing what they can.
Yeah, making it tough on that.
They're making it hard.
Offense.
They're making it hard for
Newton may have to try another pass here. His formation kind of says that.
Formation 3 split wide left, 1 right. Newton back to snap. Obviously, it's probably going to be a pass play, trying to draw them off sides. The snap. And Newton throws across the middle. He's got a man open. That is number 5, Davis Wilder. Little skinny post route there, one-on-one coverage. Coverage by Tyshawn Harris there. And Wilder made a nice play. Big game for Lake Norman. Just a little simple pass play across the middle. And drew the safeties to the outside and left the middle of the field wide open. So big play for Lake Norman. They got it down to the Lincolnton 48-yard line. And that's where they'll take over first, or they'll start again first and 10.
Wilder, again, 4 of their 7 receiving touchdowns.
That's
so
right.
He gets a lot of the action. Got to keep a guy on him, maybe 2 as the night goes on.
Newton takes a snap, rolling to his left, and he makes a good move, but Lincoln's right there going to get the sack. That's big number 55. Mauricio Lozano. That's a big old linebacker right there. He's rumbling, stumbling after you. And he took down Newton in the backfield. About a 6-yard loss?
Yeah, close to it.
About a 6-yard loss. And Newton didn't have anywhere to go. Everybody, the defensive back.
Not.
Yeah, the defensive secondary had him covered. And just the pursuit by the Lincoln defense. But the secondary calls that sack. That was a great coverage by the Lincoln Wolves secondary.
Previous play, though, 27-yard. Eddie's Auto Parts first down.
That's it.
Then almost 6 yards taken away on the big sack there by the Lincoln D.
Lake Norman comes up, 2 backs, 22 set. Newton takes a snap, hands off to Owen Thomas, goes around the left side, gets about 6 yards, gets that back. Good defensive stand by Jay Clark there for Lincoln on the tackle.
Yeah,
and
only gets him back about to the original line of scrimmage.
So
3rd and 10.
I'll give him
a little more
3rd and 11.
action.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
3rd and 11, really, the sticks behind the original first down marker. So 10 and a little more to get a first.
This is where the secondary, they're going to have to they're going to have to stick on them, man up on this one, because you know it's coming. It's going to be a pass play. 22 set by Lake Norman, split each side. Newton takes the snap, dropping back the pass, looking, throws it to the left, through the left side, incomplete pass. Tight coverage, great coverage there by Lincoln, Skylar Evans. The receiver was intended for number 6, Max Blitzstein, the kicker. So he's also receiving duties tonight. And that incomplete pass brings up 4th and 11 for Lake Norman. And Harris and Hollis are back deep for Lincolnton. And Blitzstein standing at his own 35 to the punt. He gets a punt off. Goes to the side a little bit. Not a great kick, but it's effective, I guess. It looks like it's now at the 27-yard line for Lincoln.
Eventually went out of bounds.
Yeah. 27?
Netted about 20, 25 yards.
Yeah, 25-yard punt. So Lincoln, we come back, they'll take over first and, I guess we're going to a break. Are we sticking here?
We'll stay here.
Okay, we'll stay here.
So possession changes.
Okay, so Lincoln will take over at their own 27-yard line and see if they can strike quick again. That last possession, they made it look too easy.
Yeah, they're looking to get a receiver behind that deepest defender and be off to the races. So I wouldn't be surprised to see North Lincoln back off the ball just a touch as far as receiving goes. And Lincoln's got it packed in tight. Looking like they're going to run here.
Trips right. They hand the ball off to, it looks like Harris. Harris around the, great tackle around the left side, and he is tackled by the Lake Norman defense, number 11, Jaden Goodman.
He did pick up quite a few, though, before they got to him.
Yeah, he got more.
Oh, no, excuse me. I was looking at the wrong marker there on opposite sides of the field. Barely got back to the original line of scrimmage.
And Harris, he wanted to get outside, and you can tell he was upset. He just Lake Norman made a great play.
I thought he had picked up 5 yards looking from one side to the other. I realized it was the same yard marker I was looking at.
Lake Norman, their defense made a great play. They went with him. They just followed the formation, followed the strong side. So
they tried to get him in tight and then break it around the edge. And somebody stayed home, set the edge.
Yeah. So Lincoln lines up. 2 men split out to the right. Tight end on the right side hands the ball off to. This looks like a different running back, number 8, Caden Wyatt for Lincolnton. And Wyatt goes up the middle for a nice gain. Great block by their offensive line. Got a good push, opened the hole up, and Wyatt just ran as hard as he could. He ran into a defender, and so he gained. It's about
he blasted through for about 8 yards. I'd say close to 9.
Yeah. So third
touch.
3rd and 1 for Lincolnton. Again, lining up, 2 men split to the left, 1 to the right, and still in that shotgun set. Claimed back, he hands the ball off to White again and just bowls his head down, and he runs into a big number 77 for Lake Norman named Zach Rollins. And
that's a guy who was in that captain's meeting there pregame, maybe half a yard if that, maybe none.
And he gave him the first down.
Got the whole yard, they say.
Yeah, I think they're going to measure. Wait a minute, they're going to measure now.
He doesn't signal the first down, but coach says I think we need to measure that before we just decide. So they move the ball another half a foot and say, nope, don't need to measure.
Yeah, I think.
Let's see what we do here. Yep.
Yeah, they're going to measure. Yeah, they're going to measure.
Haven't moved the chains yet, so let's see if they decide to bring them out or going to eyeball this one.
I'll tell you what, after that run by Hollis there at the first play, White come in, and I'll tell you, he's a tall, lanky-looking back, but he runs hard, and he ran hard into, but he met Goodman there, or is it, Rollins there. So Lincoln does pick up the first down. That is a first down for them.
Yeah, we'd had an embarrassed official had it not been because he'd already signaled it.
Yeah, so, he knew what he was doing,
yeah,
right?
He had a good look. He had a yard marker to go by. He knew what he was talking about. So he calls the first down. Turns out it really was. And the chains now move. That's an Eddie's Auto Parts first down.
So Lincoln will start again at their own 43-yard line. Tripp split to the left side, one to the right. McLean back. Shotgun, takes the snap, going back to pass, rolling to his right, looking for the man, number 2. And just overthrew him. That was to Malcolm Durr. And Durr had a step on him. He had the inside step on him, and McLean just threw it, looks like over the wrong shoulder, and basically overthrew him. And good coverage there by the Lake Norman defender. I think that's number 6. Is that Max Blickstein again? Is that the?
He's all over the place.
He's the all-purpose player for him.
Yeah, it's him.
Utility player. Oh, excuse me. Is that 6?
Kicker.
No, it's number 8.
Back.
I'm sorry, it's number 8. Josh Pollock.
Different guy.
Yeah, so Lincoln's 2nd and 10. They'll stay at their own. And 3 men split out to the right side, 1 to the left. McLean takes the pass, fumbles the snap, and has to fall on it. Low snap there to
Number
McLean.
5 able to get to him, drop him for about a 7-yard loss.
Yeah, that was. I don't know if that was going to be a screen play or what, because that defense got in there awful quick, but it could have just been a blitz from the outside. I don't know.
Yeah, when he saw the ball on the ground, he might have just went all out.
But he was coming, so I don't. It may not have been. I don't know. But again, Lincoln ball's back on their own 30-yard line. 3rd and 18 to go for the Wolves. Going to go Tripp's right. Single receiver left. McLean in the backfield. Got I think it's Hollis beside him, or it could be Wyatt. I'm sorry. Can't tell. And
3rd and 17. The North Lincoln defense packing in there awful tight. Should be playing maybe a little soft coverage.
Yeah. We got a flag down. We got a legal procedure lined up all sides against the Wolves. That'll back them up 5 more yards.
Make it even tougher. It's already 3rd and 17. Now it's going to be 3rd and about 22.
And that's a tough play. That's a tough hole to get out of. You know, when you're 3rd and that long, and you know you got to get 22, 23 yards. But it can be happening.
He is 3 for 5, and 2 of those 3 are
touchdowns.
For 45-plus yards, a 47-yarder and a 56-yarder. So if he does get behind the defense, he can connect. So probably take another shot down the field here.
Got a player coming out for Lincoln, number 73. Not sure what's going on. Parker Gaines, I think.
Holding his hand up. Might have saw a little blood on his fingers there. Got a little scratch on his big knuckle.
Trey Roberts coming in his spot there at the left guard. So Tripp's right. Single back left. Claim back takes the snap. Going back to pass. And he's looking downfield, and he's got a man open as number 2, triple coverage, quadruple coverage, and is intercepted by Owen Thomas.
Ball batted around a few
ball
times.
batted around, tip drill.
34 came down with it.
Is that Owen Thomas?
Sure is. Good call there. Owen Thomas comes down with the reception. Again, he's forcing it up deep, looking for the 22-yard play on 3rd down. Was going to have to punt it just after that anyway. So the interception as he looks for Malcolm Durr for the 3rd time tonight and comes up empty.
And he threw triple. And if, you know, it's hindsight 20/20, but this side of the field is wide open. If he took off running, he may still be running.
So he might could have picked up 22 on the ground.
Could have picked up close, but anyway, Lake Norman takes over at their own 48. Triple set to the right. Parker back to, or excuse me, Newton back to pass. Goes back. He's looking and he's scrambling. He's having to tuck the ball and run, and he's got a nice one, but he's met by a lot of black jerseys there. Lincoln,
number 50 might have been the first one there.
I think number 50 for Lincoln, Jay Clark, was bear hugging him, introducing himself to him.
But he picked up 2. Looked like he was going to get a lot more. Defense got lucky there with a nice little solo. One man held him up long enough for the defense to converge.
Again, that was a sack coverage. I mean, not sack, I guess you could say, but it was coverage. Good job in the coverage
him
there.
Flee the pocket.
Yeah.
Unable to pick up but a yard or 2. Second 8.
Second 8. Lake Norman's, I guess, with 49, 22 set to each side. Newton's going to hand it off. Hands it off to, is that number 20? That's number 27. Joshua Ruda tried to cut up the middle, then break it to the outside, and defense was just there, just waiting on him, and he didn't pick up anything. Matter of fact, I guess he didn't get anything. So, again, 3rd down for Lake Norman. Lake Norman's I don't think they're really having that much success running the ball, but you know, they're still plugging away at it. So at the end of the first quarter, and we still got the Lincoln Wolves are leading this one 13-0.
So as we turn the field around, we're going to take a quick break. Hear from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
Please take a look.
CK, DK, DS, Macron.
I've seen this before. Your husband has coyote fever.
Coyote fever?
Yes, he's obviously learned of the hot deals going on now at your local Coyote tractor dealer.
Is this serious?
Very serious. Now is the best time to buy one of the best-selling tractors on the market. If you care at all about your husband, you'll drive him over to the Coyote dealer now. Oh, and I'm writing you a prescription for great deals on all implements, too.
Your Coyote dealer is Weston Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vail. It's the grand reopening of Ronaldo Cadillac Buick GMC in Shelby. Hurry now for celebration savings. During this grand event, get grand savings like $10,000 off MSRP on a new 2016 GMC Sierra 1500 four-wheel drive crew cab. Get $5,000 off MSRP on a new 2017 Buick Encore. And get $7,500 off MSRP on a new 2017 Buick Enclave Convenience. Come in for all the deals during the grand reopening. Ronaldo Cadillac Buick GMC at Ronaldo Auto, 4023 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby.
And we're back here at Von Ray Harris Field, and Lake Norman's 3rd and 8 from their own 50. Trips wide to the left, single man to the right, and Newton takes the ball rolling to his right. Heavy rush by Lincolnton, and Newton's out for the races, and he's going to be tackled, gained probably about 3 to 4 yards there. And nice pursuit by the Lincoln defense. Made the tackle was number 33, Noah Espindola. And
it's going to bring up 4th down. We'll see if the punt team comes out or the offense stays on the field.
I think they're going to punt. They got the
near midfield.
Back there.
You might see a team go for it there, but 13-0. Yeah. Second quarter just getting started. A little too early to be taking those midfield chances.
Yeah, blitz team back for punt about on his own 39. I guess he's where he's standing. Got Hollis and Harris back and punt, and it's off his side of his foot to the right side. It's not going to be a great punt.
No, it's going to go out of bounds before it carries complete distance. Going to mark it at around.
Keeps coming up.
31-yard line.
31-yard line. And, you know, it makes me think, I think Blistening's rushing his kicks because Lincoln's not really putting that much pressure on him.
Yeah.
And it's like he's just freaking out when he gets the ball. It's like, I got to kick it. And
yeah, he kicked it pretty well. Had a nice spiral. You don't always get that from a high school punter, but just little Aaron off the side of the foot. Could have got some good 5-10 more yards. Had to kept it in the field of play.
Yeah. But again, he may not want to kick to them back there because those are two dangerous return.
Yeah, might have been aiming for the sidelines. Yeah. Just got a little more than he wanted.
So McLean brings them out. Lincoln starting at their own 30, 31. Trips to the right, single back, and the snap. And fake handoff, McLean rolling to his left, and he throws it. It's got a man. Just number 2, Malcolm Durr. And he gains probably, we'll give him 8 yards. Let's say 7, 8 yards there on the pass play. McLean was having to roll out to his right, and you know, I don't know. I haven't this first time seeing the young man run. It looked like he was a little gimpy there, trying to get away from him. And but he got the job done. That brings second, and we'll call it 2 from their own 30. His 39-yard line. Got official timeout on the field. Got a young man tying his shoe. He's good to go, and we're getting ready to start back. You know, Harris is running the ball in the backfield. He hadn't got the ball much right in this play or this couple of drives. Trips to the right and fake again to Harris. And McLean's looking downfield. He's got a man, and it's Harris, and he makes a great catch. And he caught the ball. That's about to the 34-yard line of Lake Norman Charter. And it looks like he was going to Harris all the way. Harris took the fake up the middle and just kept on running. He didn't stay in the block, and the middle of the field was open. And when you got a linebacker covering you, that's going to be 9 times out of 10, you're going to beat him, especially if you're running back with his speed. So Lincoln will start again. First down from the Lake Norman Charter 34-yard line. 21 set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, single back. McLean takes the snap, and he hands the ball off to, is that Harris? That is Harris around the right side. They had a tight end on that play, and looks like Lake Norman was waiting on him and gained, give him about 3 yards play, 3 yards of the gain there at the 31. And again, I think Harris is really, it's like he wants to break that ball or break that run every time. And not sure if he gets a seam, he's gone.
Yeah, sometimes you got to take what's there.
Take what's there, that's right.
You'll find that there's maybe a little something extra for you once you get what you're allowed.
That's right. Lincoln, second down, trips to the right, throws the ball off to Harris, and Harris makes a move in the backfield, and he cut it back across field, and is bound to the 25, the 20, got one man to beat it. He's going to score. Did he get in?
He did. They've signaled touchdown.
That is a
31-yard touchdown pass.
A little screen dump pass to the left side. Harris cut it back across field. The right side had a blocker, the receiver over there. I don't know who the receiver was. I think it was Hollis blocking for him. And Harris just run off his hip and tiptoed down the sidelines for a 31-yard touchdown for Lincolnton.
So with 9:20 left to go in the second quarter, they score their third passing touchdown of the night. So Terrell McClain, our player to watch, is putting on an offensive display here through the air.
I think we're going for 2 here. Yeah, we are. McClain's back out there at quarterback. Lincoln's running people in. I think the players didn't know they were going for 2. And lining back up there. Got people coming in and out and everywhere else. You know, they're telling everybody what the play is. Here, one man off. Here comes another one on. And
probably going to need a timeout to sort this thing out if they don't hurry up and get the right personnel in there.
Yeah, it is a timeout. I don't think Gibson's too happy with that one.
No, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back for this 2-point conversion or perhaps the extra point after a word from our sponsors.
Think your dream home is out of reach? Think again. At Silver Point Homes in Lincolnton, they provide quality custom construction and the luxury amenities you want at an exceptional value. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, an empty nester looking to downsize, we have the perfect home for you. Visit silverpointhomes.com to learn more or stop by our Lincolnton Sales Center to tour our model homes. Let our friendly staff help you visualize your dream. Silver Point Homes. Make your dream home a reality. New models now on display. Silver Point Homes, East Main Street, Lincolnton. When it's time to call your order in for your special event, call the Chuck Wagon Grill for any occasion. They'll cater to your every need. They'll even bring it to your doorstep. And be sure to check out their prime rib. It's absolutely out of this world good. The Chuck Wagon Grill is up 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday with some great daily lunch and dinner specials. Be sure to check out our homemade soup on cool days ahead. For your catering, call 704-732-4777. The Chuck Wagon Grill, 3051 Highway 27, East Lincolnton.
After the third Silver Point Homes touchdown for Lincolnton, they went for 2 there. McClain rolled, had trips to the right, rolled to his right side and threw it to Malcolm Durr. He caught it at the 1-yard line, but he needed to get one more to get in, and he did not. He was stopped. Single man tackle there for Lake Norman Charles, a great tackle, as a matter of fact, keeping him from getting in the end zone. So with 9:20 left to go, it's Lincolnton 19 and Lake Norman 0. And one thing I've noticed about Lincolnton is they can score. They can score quick, you know, but it's one of those, you know, it's like an offensive line block for Hollis. They can't, you know, that's when McClain takes over, and
they've been picking on this Lake Norman secondary pretty healthy, but they do have one interception to their credit.
They have. And the thing is, if you're having a season like Lincoln is, it's not a great season, but it's not a bad season. But it's wins like this or times like this that when you score in the game, you take advantage of it, and that'll bring confidence on for the players, and that's what's happening. So who we got kicking here? Is this Cedano?
Yep,
back?
Cedano
kicking for Lincoln, and we got Stankiewicz back deep, and looks like a little short kick.
Yeah, comes down around the 15.
Stankiewicz is going to take it, cuts back to the middle of the field. He got a little seam, and he pretty good return there.
Yeah, may have been a miss. Yeah. Didn't bring him down to the 30-yard line. Looked like number 30, Sheldon Radaball.
Yeah. And he caught it on the left side, cut back to the middle of the field, and followed his blockers and made it to the 30-yard line. So about maybe we call it about a 15, 20-yard return there for Stankiewicz. So Lake Norman will take over 1st and 10 from their own 30 with 9:14 to go. And Lake Norman's going to have to do something to get on the scoreboard. And they got a 22 set now, 2 men split out to the right and left, single backs with the quarterback, Owen Thomas. Newton calling the snap. And taking the snap, there he is, taking the snap. Looks like a busted play, and he and Owen run into each other, and Lincoln's there for the loss. And number 33 for Lincolnton, Noah Espindola, was back there in the backfield pretty quick from his linebacker position. And that was just a busted play. Newton thought Owen was going to be there, and Owen thought it was going to be like a little toss sweep to the right. And they both were standing there looking like they just saw Bigfoot. You know, they didn't know what to do. And they just run into each other. So.
And that last play, that wasn't Radaball for Lincolnton on the catch. He's injured tonight on the sidelines. I believe it was Jade Clark there for Lincolnton, number 50. I think I had the wrong numbers off.
Okay, so Lake Norman, second down, 14 from their own 26-yard line, 22 set. Lincoln showing blitz, back up. Newton takes the snap, rolls to his right, and going to pass it out to number 4, Brendan Marcus. Marcus with a reception there for a gain of about, I don't know, we'll call it 4 or 5 yards. Going to get back to the 30, going to get to the 31-yard line. And Hollis on the tackle. And so, hey, you know what? Lincoln, the Hollis, McLeans, and Harris, they're all over the field there for the Wolves, and that's a great thing to see. These boys can play some ball. Lake Norman coming back out 3rd and 9 for on 31. Got a whistle and got a timeout again for Lincolnton. Coach Gibson didn't like what he saw there, so he calls a timeout. And I think it's a timeout. Yeah, it's a timeout. Okay, timeout. Well, with 7:58, second quarter, Lincoln's up 19-0, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Think your dream home is out of reach? Think again. At Silver Point Homes in Lincolnton, they provide quality custom construction and the luxury amenities you want at an exceptional value. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or an empty nester looking to downsize, we have the perfect home for you. Visit silverpointhomes.com to learn more or stop by our Lincoln Sales Center to tour our model homes. Let our friendly staff help you visualize your dream. Silver Point Homes, making your dream home a reality. New models now on display. Silver Point Homes, East Main Street, Lincolnton. When it's time to call your order in for your special event, call the Chuck Wagon Grill for any occasion. They'll cater to your every need. They'll even bring it to your doorstep. And be sure to check out their prime rib. It's absolutely out of this world good. The Chuck Wagon Grill is open 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday with some great day lunch and dinner specials. Be sure to check out their homemade soup on cool days ahead. For your catering, call 704-732-4777. The Chuck Wagon Grill, 3051 Highway 27, east of Lincoln.
And just like that, we're back. And third down for Lake Norman. Had 22 set. Newton went back to pass. Had number 10, Modani, open, but he overthrew him on a little post play. And so Blitzstein back to punt. It's a kick. This is a great punt for him now. And he's going to take a bounce. He's going to bounce, and I think is that Hollis number 3? Harris number 3 tiptoeing down the sideline, and he's making great moves, and he's down to, where'd he get to? The 21-yard line.
Depends on where they mark it. I think he stepped out near the 25, but maybe nobody saw it.
I thought he stepped back here at the 40. And I was looking down. Next thing you know, he keeps running. So great run there by that was Harris. Great run by Tyshawn Harris on the punt. Though it looks like he was going to let it bounce, and he scooped it up, went down the right sideline.
Turned it into a big return.
Turned it into a big return for Lincolnton. And you got to take advantage of that. First and 10. Now you're in the red zone, on 20-yard line here.
Have a feeling we might see a first series where they put it together on the ground.
Yeah, I think it's
maybe even try to eat up the rest of the second quarter. We got 7:36 to go here in the second quarter. It's 19-0 Lincolnton after 3 passing touchdowns. 1 PAT good, 2 failed.
Clay takes a snap, going back to pass, and looks like he's going to cut up the middle, and he's met by a host of Lake Norman defenders.
Yeah, only able to get back to the original lineup.
Yeah. Not sure what he was looking at there, because he had a couple men wide open there in the back of the end zone. I don't know if it was just a keeper or what, but we got a injured player, for Lake Norman. Can't really tell who the number is. And
56.
56 for Lake Norman. That's Austin McCarter.
So we're going to take a quick break from the action while the staff tends to the down player. You're listening to KTC Broadcasting, WLON 1050 AM. We'll be right back.
A needy reminder from Lincolnton Animal Hospital. Did you know that rabies is a real threat? That's right. Even here in Lincoln County, there are confirmed cases known. Protect your specially loved cat or dog before it's too late. All through the month of June, receive a $10 rabies vaccination for your special pet. Call Lincolnton Animal Hospital for more information. 704-732-0728. $10 rabies vaccination all through June.
Unless the Lord builds a house, its builders labor over it in vain. This is from Psalm 127, and this is the key verse that Key Builders in Lincoln is built on. Key Builders in Lincoln is large enough to do what the big boys do, but small enough to be personal. Bring your own plans or visit the website at keypropertiesnc.com and take a look at theirs. They have homes for everyone. So call your local hometown builder, Key Builders, 704-735-0040 or visit their office 1459 North Aspen Street in Lincolnton. Like them on Facebook too.
And we're back here at Von Ray Harris Field, and while we were gone, Tyshawn Harris took the handoff for Lincolnton and scampered for a touchdown. And he took a couple hits there, bounced off the receivers.
Scampered a bit of an understatement. He was met about the 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Quite hardly, and just absolutely bowled over a defender, spun to the outside, and next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
I haven't seen too many touchdowns this year outside of Cleveland County. But that was a great run there. That was a nice one. That's another Silver Point Holmes touchdown by Tyshawn Harris. And number 22, Brian Cedeno, with the extra point is good. So it's 7:07. He'd left to go here in the second quarter. We got Lincoln on top, 26-0.
When auto owners insurance was founded in 1916, the world was quite different. Yet with all that's changed, our commitment to be there when you need us most hasn't. By teaming up with independent agents, we've made a difference for generations of customers and will for generations to come. By making a difference today, 100 years seem to go by in a flash.
Your local auto owners insurance agency is Mooney Insurance Agency, located at 528 East Main Street in Maiden. Call 828-428-8231.
When you need a ride, Specialized Transport has exactly what you're looking for. Serving Gaston, Lincoln, Catawba, Burt, Caldwell, and Cleveland counties. Specialized Transport has your area covered. Ambulatory, wheelchair, and geriatric transport. Handicap transportation services and non-medical transport services are available as well. When you need a ride, call Dean Hastings at 704-735-5676. Specialized Transport will get you where you need to be. 704-735-5676.
And on the kickoff there for Lincolnton, kicked it off. Stankiewicz started as 9, run it back to his 20-yard line. And so we get back here at Von Ray Harris Field, and Lake Norman takes over at their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10. 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Lincoln on top, 26-0. Lake Norman 2 split to the left and takes a snap. Going to hand it off, and it looks like that's number 27, Aruda, around the right side, and he's not going to get did he get to the line of scrimmage or back to the line of scrimmage?
Just barely. Going to spot it right at the original line of scrimmage, maybe a hair behind it.
Lincoln's defense just too quick on the edges there for him to try to get outside. They pursued well from the outside linebacker position, and the cornerback coming up making the stop. So Lake Norman, again, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, no running room there. Going to try it again here on 2nd down.
Lake Norman coming out, trips to the left side. Single receiver to the right. Newton really hadn't been a factor much tonight, and taking the snap at quarterback and trying to draw the defense offside. Finally, the ball snapped to him. He's got a little hot route to number, who is that, number 5? That's Wilder, number 5. Bounces off a receiver. And bounces off a defender. And
got about 15 there.
Yeah, got about 15 yards. A little hot route to the on the weak side of the field, the quick side of the field, if you want to call it that. 15-yard play. Lake Norman gains another Eddie's Auto Parts 1st down. So they'll be 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. 22 set, 2 men each side on the line. Still in that shotgun formation. Lincoln looks like they've got 7 in the box. It looks like they're coming. They're bringing the house here. Newton keeps the ball, trying to get to the outside, and he is tackled by number 8, Caden White, who come from the opposite side of the field and ran him down. And that you could just see that one happening.
Yeah,
you could see that coming.
Crowded line before the ball moved, and they were in the backfield about as soon as the play started.
Yeah, them 4 linebackers walked up, and it was like, okay, who am I going to get? And they didn't have a clue. And so White made a great pursuit on the outside to come around and get him. So Lake Norman, 2nd 12 to go here from the 34-yard line. Trips to the left side. Single man to the right. Again, this is where that hot route happened a while ago. This could happen again. Newton in the shotgun formation takes a snap. He's looking that way. Does a little fake pass. Who's that, Wilder again. He slipped and fell down. Incomplete pass, but he was open. If that had been a good pass, he would have caught that.
Yeah, he curled. His man kept running.
Yeah.
He created a little separation.
Yeah, he was
just an errant throw.
It's a bad throw out to the outside, and Wilder fell down, and so that brings up 3rd and 12 from the own 34-yard line. And Lake Norman 22 set, 2 men split to each side. Still in that shotgun single back formation. And Newton's going to take the snap, backs up, looking downfield, throwing the ball, and it's, oh, I'll tell you what, that was intended for Marcus, number 4. But Hollis made a good jump on that ball, and if he would have, looks like if he'd have jumped up, that was an INT. That could have been a pick 6 for Lincolnton.
Either way, that was third down attempt. At, looking for 12 yards out of it, got none. So that's going to bring the punt unit onto the field, and they're pretty far back into Lincoln, or into their own territory. So this punt might not get much past the 50, if that.
Yeah, Blitzstein standing at his own 19-yard line. Hollis and Harris back for Lincolnton. And snap and takes the ball, and great punt. Good.
Going well past the 50.
Great punt, yeah. And Hollis takes the ball at his own 21, spins out of a tackle. Now he's coming down the right sideline, and he's got cuts back across the middle of the field, and he may score. He's got the 35 to 30. He's got one man to beat, come back from behind, and he's brought down at the 19-yard line, 18-yard line.
He essentially went from 20 to 20 right there.
Yeah, that was a great
60-yard return.
Yeah, that was.
And he was wrapped up initially when he caught the ball at his own 20, able to break the tackle. And once he caught the sideline, he picked up solid yardage 60 yards later. Finally got caught from behind. The punter actually slowed him down enough.
Was that Hollis or Harris? I said Hollis. That may have been Harris.
Yeah, it was Harris. Number 3.
I was confused there, but it was Harris. Yeah, number 3, Harris. About identical to the punt before. He tiptoed down the sideline. So, again.
Just short of the end zone now.
Lincoln 1st and 10 from their own 19-yard line. Trips to the right side. Single man to the left. McLean taking the snap. Drops back to pass. Looking for the man over there. It looks like that's Hollis. And he makes the catch right at the 2-yard line. Jump ball. He went up and got it.
That's a nice little fade route there.
That was a nice pass play. That's another Eddie's Auto Parts first down for Lincoln. So that'll be 1st and goal from their own 2-yard line. And Lincoln's making this look pretty easy now. I think they're getting that little taste in their mouth that, they're going for the dagger here. And so
first down play coming from the 2, looking for another Silver Point Holmes touchdown. Got 4 already to speak of.
McLean at quarterback. Looks like he's going under center this time.
Signals to a wide receiver in the slot. Looking like they're too far off. Might be a quick slant.
McLean up the middle, and I think he's in. That's a touchdown.
Yeah, just called his own number.
Yeah,
straight ahead.
Holmes touchdown for Lincoln. So with 4:14 here, it's Lincoln 32, Lake Norman Charter 0. And that play, he signaled to the receiver out to the right side. Had 2 split on this side. And trying to maybe psych out the defense there, and just took the snap and just followed that big center right up the middle, and
that's another touchdown.
Yep. So number 22, Cedeno, in for the extra point, and Hollis to hold, and with the snap, great snap, places down, and the kick is up, and kick is good. So with 4:14 here left in the second quarter here at Von Ray Harris Field in Lincolnton, North Carolina. It's Lincoln Wolves 33, the Lake Norman Charter Knights 0. And we'll be back after these messages.
It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen in Vail. Check out these breakfast specials. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sausage, steak, liver mush biscuit for $1.39. And on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, get the big breakfast. 2 eggs, 1 meat, 1 side, biscuit or toast for $4.59. And drink is included. It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen, Highway 274, 27 West intersection Vail. Call 704-276-1055.
For over 100 years, the Sammy Tysinger Funeral Home in Falston has been providing services to families of our community with care and compassion. And now the Stamey Funeral Home has added the Cremation Center along with a new name, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center on Highway 182 in Falston, and the Stamey Funeral Home in Cherryville, located on Dixie Street in Cherryville, serving you care and compassion in your time of need.
And we're back here at Von Ray Harris Field on the campus of Lincoln High School. Lincoln just kicked off, and Stakowitz for Lake Norman Charter took the ball at the 5 and run it back to, I'd say, the 26-yard line. So Lake Norman will start there with 4:06 to go here in the second quarter. 1st and 10 from their own we'll call it the 26-yard line. Let's call it the 27-yard line. 27-yard line. Two men split out to the right and left for Lake Norman. Newton in the quarterback shotgun takes the snap, hands it off to, looks like that's number 21. Is that Stankowitz, excuse me, and looks like he was tackled there. Pretty high tackle. I thought the flag would come out on that one. I guess it didn't. And but again, the ref seeing something we didn't see. So nice game by Stankowitz there off the right side. And about a 5-yard gain. So Lake Norman be 2nd and 5 from their 27-yard line. Two men split out to the right and left. Newton in the shotgun formation takes a snap, rolling out to his right, looking downfield, and he's got, he had Wilder open, but he overthrew him. Lincoln actually had double coverage, looks like they were in his own defense, but he just overshot Wilder on the pass play.
Yeah, been erring on his last 3 attempts.
Yeah. And, he rolls to that right side, and it's, his defense is that far cornerback over there. I think that's Hollis. His ball's coming his way. That's Durr, Malcolm Durr. So, again, Lake Norman 3rd and 5 from their own 31-yard line. Two men set right and left. Shotgun formation, and he takes the snap, dropping back the pass, pumps fake, going to throw it deep, and I don't think they were on the same play there. Wilder had stopped, and Newton thought he was going to go deep, and that's an incomplete pass. So brings up 4th down again for Lake Norman Charter. And Lake Norman Charter's finding difficulty moving the ball, and had a good run there, 5-yard gain, but then just stalled. So
went to the air again. Yeah. Errant passes kills the drive. 4th down, deep in their own territory, going to punt it away. A couple of good punts here the last few times he's dropped back.
Yeah, Blitzstein back at his own 16-yard line, takes the kick, high kick. It's not deep as the last one, takes a bounce about the 41-yard line, and that's where it's going to stop. And Lake Norman downs the ball at the Lincolnton 41-yard line. And 3:13 to go here in the second quarter. Makes you wonder if they're going to try to put the ball in the end zone quick, or they're going to do
they'll keep it on the ground, maybe try to eat a little clock up.
But
let's see. With the big lead, 33, I would expect them maybe to try a little something on the ground, even though they found most of their success through the air.
Yeah.
We have seen Hollis get loose, seen Harris get loose for a long run.
So Lincoln first and 10, they're on 41. McLean back, hands the ball off to Harris. He breaks to the right side, and he's got one man to beat. Oh, he stumbled, and they allowed the Lake Norman defense to get over, made a tackle on him. Number 62 for Lake Norman, that's Austin White. Harris got a good gain, though, on the outside. Broke it to the outside and had one man to beat. That kind of slowed him down. It got enough for Lake Norman to get to him. So Lincolnton will have 1st and 10, another Eddie's Auto Parts first down, and it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 43, 44-yard line of Lake Norman.
Yeah, right between the marks.
Right between them.
43 and a half.
Trip set to the left side. And
so looking like a pass.
Yeah, it looks like it is. McLean drops back. He's going to throw it to.
Yeah, a little screen.
Throw it to Hollis, and he's out there, and he doesn't get much.
Got about 3 there.
Yeah. I don't know if that was a little bubble screen or what that was.
Yeah, it was a little bubble screen. Threw it to him about even with the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, didn't get game. They gave him a yard. Yeah, I think they were going to give him a yard there. And didn't get much.
Well, I thought he had a few more than that.
Yeah. And so Lincolnton take over, or will continue. 2nd and, I'm going to call it 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9 from their own 42-yard line. Got a 22 set, 2 men split right and left. McLean telling something to his receiver over here in the shotgun set, and takes a snap, dropping back, rolling to his right, going to throw the ball, and it's a nice play defensively by number 8 for Lake Norman. Josh Pollard broke up the pass play. The pass was intended for Skylar Evans.
It also got a flag down.
Got a flag. This is the 2nd flag of the game, right?
Uh-huh.
It's been a clean game for both of these teams.
Actually 2 flags down, maybe even more than 1 penalty. Got one on the far side.
And it looks like Lake Norman's side's declining it, whatever it is, so it's against Lincolnton. And they're already backing the ball up. And we don't know what the call is, but apparently it's 10 yards. Or is it? And the ref's picking the ball back up, walking backwards now. Okay, we're going to try this illegal procedure against Lincoln, and that is declined.
So the result of the play is the incomplete pass. Now we've got another penalty also declined. Like I said, two different penalties, both declined because the pass incomplete.
And it's a loss of down. It's a loss of down, so that's
the only reason you decline.
Fourth, is that fourth down? I thought he said loss of down.
Yeah, that's why they did. It's only third down, though. They did lose second down. That was second down there.
Okay, I thought you said fourth down. So it'll be third. Calling it 3rd and 8 from the Lincolnton 42-yard line. And Lincoln breaking the huddle, running to the line. Looks like they've got got trips to the right. Single man to the left. McLean taking the snap and going to drop back, rolling. Nope, here he's going to have to cut back across the field to the left side, and he's running it, and he's getting out of bounds. I'll tell you what, he is a little gimpy there running. And like I said, I hadn't seen him, but this is the first game. You can tell he's limping on that one leg. So not as effective with his legs as with his arms. So that gain of about 2 yards will bring up 4th and we'll call it 6. Ball's placed at the 40-yard line. Lincoln's going to send out the punt team. Number 22, Brian Sedano. And the deep man for Lake Norman Charter, if he'll turn around, number 5 is Davis Wilder. So Sedano standing at about his own 48-yard line. Again, just wanting to punt it high here. Don't want to kick it deep. Just to maybe get a good bounce out of it. And we got another flag. Illegal substitution against Lincolnton. So that'll back them up even further.
It'll be another 5.
Another 5-yard penalty there.
But again, kind of getting towards your own end zone. Maybe now he can just lean into the punt a little more. Not worry so much about kicking it into the end zone.
And again, you don't like penalties, but that one you can live with.
Yeah, sometimes you need a little punting room.
That's okay. So Sedano back. Now he's standing about his own 43-yard line. Lincoln up 33-0. 1:28 to go here in the second quarter. And here at homecoming night at Lincoln High School. And the snap, Sedano's going to angle the kick. Going to get a great kick. And Wilder's going to make an over-the-shoulder catch about his own 5-yard line. Trying to get away from defenders, and does, and he's brought down about the 15-yard line. We got a flag now. Not sure what happened
after
there.
After the play, maybe a little mouthing.
I don't know if it was a mouth or a late hit. I couldn't tell.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have caught that. It was a low liner kick. Yeah. If he'd let it go, it would have been up in the end zone.
That was a great kick. That was a great.
Yeah, he put a boot into it.
He just wound up and kicked it. He didn't try to get a spiral out of it or anything. That's a holding penalty against Lake Norman.
So that's going to back them up after the return. They're going to lose all that yardage.
Yeah. Half a distance to the goal is all it'll be. But
inside their own 10.
Yeah, they're going to be backed up probably about the own, what is that, 7-yard line I'm calling it?
Yep. First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard shows 1:24 left in the second quarter. 33-0. The Wolves enjoying a comfortable lead here heading into halftime of their homecoming game. Let's see what they do with this 1:24 seconds.
Lake Norman trips right. Newton going out to pass and intended for receiver number 4, Brendan Marcus, and we got a flag on the play, and that's going to be defensive pass interference. As it looks like Malcolm Durr, the cornerback over there, just decided to get on Wilder's back.
Got caught.
Got the ball.
Playing a little too much defense.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate because he had great coverage on him, but he just decided to go with him to the ground and pass interfered with the pass there. So that'll get Lake Norman out of the hole there, and they'll put the ball at their own 22-yard line.
It's going to move the sticks even.
Yeah.
So there's first down.
Eddie's Auto Parts. Is that Eddie's Auto Parts first down?
It is in Eddie's Auto Parts. First down for Lake Norman.
Lake Norman 22 set, 2 men wide, right and left. Newton goes back, takes a snap, goes back to pass, looking across the middle of the field. Got number 11, Jaden Goodman. He had the ball in his hands, and he just dropped it. Great coverage by Lincoln player Daje Powell. I think that's how you say his name. Mr. Powell there.
That was good coverage. After he looked like he caught the ball, and then he was able to knock it loose as he come to the ground. Got to hold it all the way through.
That's right. Powell had great coverage on him, and but he just Goodman just dropped the ball, and it was a great pass, great coverage all around. Just one of those things that happen. You can't catch the ball there. So 2nd and 10 from their own 22-yard line. Trips to the left now for Lake Norman. Single man to the right. Powell looking around, taking the snap from center, drops back to pass, looking, going to look deep. He's got Wilder, and he just overshot him. Wilder had a step on, I think it was Malcolm Durr over there, but The pass was just out in front of him, about 5 yards too much. And they went to that play a lot here tonight on that one side, and try to get the defense to go to the trip side, which would be the strong side, and come back to the quick side. So anyway, it's 3rd and 10 for Lake Norman, and you know, they've got to do something here because Lincoln can get the ball back if they stop them here. I guess they've got one timeout left at least.
They're not going to get this play off. They don't hurry.
They got 7 seconds, 6 on the play clock. Trips to the left, single man to the right. Powell back takes the snap, drops back, going to go to a little screen over the middle, and that's Owen Thomas. And Owen breaks to the outside, and he's at the 40. He's at the 35 where he's pushed out of bounds by a Lincolnton player. And that was just a great coverage, and it looks like a breakdown of coverage there.
It was a good play call.
Yeah, it was a little screen over the middle there to the Lake Norman player. Owen, is it Owen Thomas? Is that his name? Owen Thomas, yes. And it was a jailbreak, and the line came, and they bought it hook, line, and sinker. And Newton just tossed it over the middle for a nice gain for Lake Norman. So they'll take over. Or they'll start now, 1st and 10 from the Lincolnton 32-yard line. The deepest the Knights have been in Lincolnton territory tonight. Trips to the left. Newton drops back to pass. A little pump fake. Say that 3 times fast. And overshoots Wilder. His incomplete pass. And again, they go back to that play. And it just, you know, it's one of those things that's either going to work or you're going to get that thing picked off here. And so,
try lining him up in a different spot or a different route, see if you can get him come loose on a different defender.
So 2nd and 10 again from the Lincoln 32-yard line. Going to move Hollis now to the Wilder side of the field. You want to call it. Trips left for Lake Norman. Wilder split out to the right for the Knights. Newton back, rolling to his left, and he's got pressure on him, and he's going to be sacked. And did he get it off?
He did get it off, but yep, they're saying there was a receiver in the area and outside the tackles, so perhaps he could just throw it away at that point.
Wow, number 45, and forgive me, I don't have his name. Let's see if I say Walters. He had him in the backfield. He had him deep in the backfield for a tackle, and Newton just got the ball away.
Just did get it away.
Yeah, just basically threw it up. Just threw it in the ground near the.
Luckily had a guy close enough that the referees did not call intentional grounding either.
So 3rd and 10 for Lake Norman. Lincoln 32-yard line. You got 2-man split to the right, to the left, single back. Newton taking the snap, dropping back the pass and looking around. Going to fire it. Got number 6 open across the middle of the field, and that's going to be a touchdown for Lake Norman. Number 6, Max Blitzstein, running a post route.
Little 32-yard strike.
It was. And
as time winds down, 28 seconds left on the clock here in the half.
That's another Silver Point Homes touchdown for Lake Norman Charter. Great pass from Newton to Blitzstein. A little maybe a skinny post there. It was, and just made a great pass and great catch, and he just beat the defender to the end zone. We got a Lincoln
nice
player
little
down there.
2-minute drill.
So with 28 seconds to go here in the second quarter, the score is Lincolnton 33. Lake Norman Charter 6, and we'll be back right after these messages.
Don't miss the 20% off sales event going on now at Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby. It's time to save big money on in-stock units. They've got to go to make room for more inventory. Prices have been slashed. Don't let this special event slip you by, and you can even save more with your next plan. The Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby for all the details. The 20% off sales event going on now at Classic Ford Lincoln, 1775 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at ClassicFordShelby.com. Buying or selling a home, it's important to have someone you can count on to help you get answers to all of your questions. That's where Gillen Realty in Lincolnton comes in. They're your hometown realty, bringing you experience, integrity, and local knowledge. Come by and talk with one of their agents today. They are there to make your real estate experience one you'll enjoy. Call 704-735-0099 or visit the website at GillenRealty.com or drop by their office at 201 South Poplar Street in Lincoln. Gillen Realty, hometown people working for you.
And we're back here at Lincolnton High School with Lake Norman just kicking the extra point from Max Blitzstein. And the score now with 28 seconds to go is Lincoln 33, Lake Norman 7. I was really surprised how easy that pass play When they put 20 or had two split left and right, and that drew the safeties now to make man coverage, and the middle of the field was wide open. And that was just a great play by the Knights there at Lake Norman. And it looks like is this going to be Blitzstein, number 6? Blitzstein's back to kick for Lake Norman, and you got number 5, Tyreek Hollis, back deep for the Wolves. Got Skylar Evans to his left, and Tyshawn Harris, Mr. Harris, to his right. And Blitzstein's taking his steps. There goes the whistle, and Blitzstein's everybody lined up, and he's now in the kick, and it's a deep kick. Going to taken by Hollis at his about 1 yard line. Going to try to cut to the outside and going to reverse field. He's breaking tackles left and right, but he's not getting much. He's going to be stopped about the 10-yard line, and he's going to be taken down.
I'm going to give him credit for getting out to the 12. Looks like
about to the 12-yard line. A little extracurricular there after the whistle.
Could have let it go into the end zone had he not caught it. Caught it right about the 2, and it was well struck.
Yeah, with 33, you're up. You're up. What, 27 points? He's probably thinking, I'm about to
take us to the house.
Take it to the house. And 15 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Lincoln.
He gave it a good try. Like you said, he broke about 5 tackles before he finally was corralled.
Yeah, he hadn't
made many yards in the
he ran
end zone
50
direction.
yards there. Gained about 6. So McLean brings him up to the line of scrimmage under center. He's going to take a knee, and that's going to end the clock.
In the half.
And the clock didn't move there.
And they start the clock up.
There it goes. There we go. Okay.
As it ticks down the last 15 seconds, that's going to get us into the half. So we're going to take a quick break, have a word from our sponsors, but when we come back, we'll have the Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge halftime show, and I'll bring you some LincolnCounty.com halftime stats. Thanks for joining us on the Ronaldo Automall broadcast. You're listening to Jason Saint, Shannon Allen, WLON 1050 AM, KTC Broadcasting. We'll be right back after these messages.
KL Insurance is your independent insurance agency in Lincolnton, specializes in working with families and small businesses for all of your insurance needs, from auto insurance to health insurance to Medicare and more. By being independent, KL Insurance can shop around for the best coverage for the best dollar to fit your specific needs and budget. Drop by today. Open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday 9 to 5, Wednesdays 9 till noon. Just call 704-732-4646 or visit the website at KLInsurance.com. I'm here to tell you about the ultimate cooking experience. It's the Big Green Egg. The egg delivers amazing results as a grill, a smoker, and even an outdoor oven. Grill burgers, sear steaks at high temperatures, slow cook the perfect rack of ribs, and even bake a crispy pizza. You name it, poultry, seafood, veggies, and even dessert, all on the Big Green Egg. Demand the best and ask for it by name. The Big Green Egg, the ultimate cooking experience. The Big Green Egg and a full line of Big Green Egg accessories are now available at St. Ace Hardware, Highway 27 150 West intersection in Lincoln.
All right, you're listening to Jason Sain and Shannon Allen on the Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge halftime show. I'll have the LincolnCounty.com stats for you here momentarily. And you're in for an extended halftime show as it is homecoming here at Lincolnton, Von Ray Harris Field. So they'll be announcing the court, declaring the winner, taking pictures, and celebrating the victory. Indeed, here having a big night tonight at Lincolnton High School, where the Wolves are taking on Lake Norman Charter. Right now, enjoying a 33-7 lead as we're working through halftime here. And again, the homecoming court's on the side of the field, the band's out on the field. So we've got a lot going on here tonight. And let me bring it in here with the LincolnCounty.com stats for the game. So far for Lincolnton, they've scored 5 Silver Point Homes touchdowns, showing on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. It is 33-7 where the score stands. We've got 3 in the air, 2 on the ground. Tyshawn Harris leads the rushing attack with 53 yards on 7 carries for the touchdown. Tyreek Hollis has 2 carries for 9 yards. Caden Wyatt, 2 carries for 9 yards also. Terrell McLean, the quarterback, he's had to scramble 5 times for minus 1 yard total, but he has scored a touchdown tonight on the ground as well as 3 through the air. On the passing attack, we've got Terrell McLean, 13 attempts. Looks like he's got 9 completions for 195 yards, 3 touchdowns, and only 1 interception. So having a good night in the air. Tyreek Hollis, 1 touchdown reception, 69 yards on 3 receptions. Malcolm Durr, only 8 yards, 2 catches, and 6 attempts. And Skylar Evans, he's added a 56-yard touchdown to the mix, the second of the game. And Tyshawn Harris has 2 receptions, 58 yards, one of which is a 31-yard touchdown. So that's how Lincolnton scored their 33 points. And we look at the other side of the stat sheet, we got Lake Norman Charter. Jackson Newton's put the ball in the air 15 times, but he's only got the 6 completions. 6 completions tonight, 132 yards total, only 1 touchdown in the air. Owen Thomas, he's got 6 carries for a total of 7 yards. Josh Aruda, 3 carries, total of 2 yards. And then Jackson Newton, 4 carries, minus 3 yards. Tyler Stankiewicz, 1 carry for 5 yards. And then on the receiving end, we've got Davis Wilder. He's got seven passes been thrown his way. He's caught 2 of them for 42 yards. Max Blitzstein, he's got 2 receptions and three targets for 39 yards, and the lone touchdown has gone his way. Brennan Marcus, two targets, 1 reception for 5 yards, and Owen Thomas, 46-yard catch. The quarterback, Jackson Newton, our player to watch again. 15 attempts, 1 touchdown, 132 yards in the air. So that rounds out the LincolnCounty.com stats. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be right back with the rest of the Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge halftime show. And some scores around the area.
The Christmas shop is now open at Carolina Hardware and Garden Center on the Reachville Road in Lincoln. It's time to come in and check out. See the beautifully decorated Christmas trees. There are all kinds of wreaths and bows, along with Christmas figurines. And coming November 17th and 18th, the Christmas Open House. 2 big days with door prizes and refreshments. Come see the Christmas shop, now open at Carolina Hardware and Garden Center on the Reachville Road in Lincoln. You're invited to drop by and see our brand new big showroom, now open at Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC in Lincoln. Yes, it's big, it's bright, and it's full of great deals on Chevrolets, Buicks, and GMC trucks. Hey, it's truck month. Come in now and get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $5,500 total cash allowance on the 2017 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab. Come in for all the details at the all-new Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC truck, 1445 East Main Street, Lincoln. It's a grand reopening of Ronaldo Cadillac Buick GMC in Shelby. Hurry now for celebration savings. During this grand event, get grand savings like $10,000 off MSRP on a new 2016 GMC Sierra 1500 4-wheel drive crew cab. Get $5,000 off MSRP on a new 2017 Buick Encore. And get $7,500 off MSRP on a new 2017 Buick Enclave Convenience. Come in for all the details during the grand reopening. Ronaldo Cadillac Buick GMC at Ronaldo Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby. It's time to trade up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Payment starts at $97 per month, or you can get 2.99% APR financing, plus up to $300 customer cash. And that's not all. Get 2.99% finance APR, plus up to $1,000 in customer cash. Come in for all details during the trade up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Exit 22 at I-85, 100 Indian Walk, Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com. The RVer's most trusted resource for 50 years. That's Campers Inn. Family owned and operated since 1966. And this area's dealer is Campers Inn in Kings Mountain. Campers Inn is the nation's largest family operated RV dealership. 16 locations up and down the East Coast. From motorhomes to travel trailers and more, from the industry's leading manufacturers, plus award-winning RV sales and service. See hundreds of RVs for the best prices, plus you have certified and trained service personnel and a professional staff with years of RV knowledge. Campers Inn, Highway 161 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain. Tell them Calvin sent you in to the Campers Inn. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event is underway at Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Come in now and ask about 0% financing for 84 months on select Kubota tractors with a big 6-year warranty. Come on in for all the details and don't miss it. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event underway now at Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive off the Oak Grove Road and Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
Let's take a CKDKDS on. Yes, I've seen this before. Your husband has coyote fever.
Coyote fever?
Yes, he's obviously learned of the hot deals going on now at your local Coyote tractor dealer.
Is this serious?
Very serious. Now is the best time to buy one of the best-selling tractors on the market. If you care at all about your husband, you'll drive him over to the Coyote dealer now. Oh, and I'm writing you a prescription for great deals on all implements, too.
Our Coyote dealer is Weston Dells, Highway 1827 intersection in Vale. It's the grand opening of the new Renault Honda. The renovations are complete, and you're invited to drop by our new showroom. Check out the great deals this month, like 0.9% APR financing for the 2017 Honda Civics and Honda Accords. Offer ends October 31st. And check out the great specials in the service tomorrow. Don't get left out in the cold with a free winter battery test. And right now, get an oil change, tire rotation, and balancing, only $74.95. Don't miss the deals during the grand opening celebration at the new Renault Honda, located at Renault Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby.
I said where I come from, it's cornbread and chicken where I come from.
All right, we're back here, Von Ray Harris Field. It's halftime of the Lincolnton Wolves High School football game as Lake Norman Charters come to visit here. Lincolnton High School, Lincoln County, North Carolina.
Got homecoming.
Yep, homecoming event. Again, they're still announcing some of the underclassmen of the court. We'll find out who this year's homecoming queen is momentarily. Right now, score stands 33 Lincolnton, 7 for the visiting Lake Norman Charter Knights. Again, this game Lincolnton needs to win to keep playoff hopes alive, to get themselves to 6 wins on the season to be in that consideration. So, doing what they need to so far. Enjoying a comfortable lead going into the half, but Lake Norman did manage to score there at the end of the second quarter, their first touchdown of the game. So, a step in the right direction for them. Oh, yeah. And the Classic Four of Shelby players to watch that we mentioned before the game, Terrell McClain having a good night. He's got 3 touchdowns in the air, 1 on the ground. And Jackson Newton, quarterback, he is responsible for half of the passing touchdown that Lake Norman Charter managed to score as we went into the locker room here for this halftime performance that we're enjoying right now. What are the scores you got around the league or wraps upcoming games? You got anything?
Got scores here in the area. Yeah, from what I got on KTC Broadcasting Twitter page, and I don't have any how much time's left, where they're at in the ball game, but these are the scores. You got Bandy's leading West Lincoln 21-0, which is a real surprise to me. I thought West Lincoln would easily win that game, but Bandy's up 21-0. You got Shelby 23, East Gaston 0. South Point having no trouble down in Rutherford County, beating RS 49-0, and Crest playing down at North Gaston. They are up 21-13. Over in Cherryville, homecoming night also at Cherryville. They are defeating Highland Tech 19-6, and Newton Conover. We were talking about that game about the high-powered offense of North Lincoln, but Newton Conover defense showed up tonight. They're leading 28-0, and Kings Mountain Burns. Kings Mountain second innings up 2-0. Actually, they're up 2-0. The last score 2-0 over Burns, which is a total shocker there. I don't know if that's just a mistype or what.
No, safety might be the only action we've had. A defensive struggle.
Yeah,
one team pushed all the way back to their own end zone.
A big game over in 1A, over in Bessemer City. It's Thomas Jefferson lead Bessemer City 13-8. And in Mountain Island Charter beating Pine Lake Prep 21-12, and Huss defeating Forest View, Hunter Huss defeating Forest View 14-6, and that's the only scores I've got so far.
All right,
here,
that's good to know. Who's beating who around the area in local football. You're listening to again the Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge halftime show. Brought you the LincolnCounty.com stats earlier before the break. And again, score stands 33-7. Lincolnton in the lead here as the halftime show takes place on homecoming night here at Von Ray Harris Field.
Yeah. And looking at the South Fork 2A football standings, you know, talking about this game, Lincolnton coming in at 2-2 in the conference, 3-5 overall. They were just behind in front of West Lincoln at 1-3 and 3-5. Looks like West Lincoln is they're about to lose that playoff hopes there tonight. So Lincoln doing all they can to keep their playoff hopes alive and taking care of business so far here in the first half, winning 33-7. And I think we just got the homecoming queen announced. They're down there putting, I think, what is that, a tiara? Is that what they call that?
Yep.
The crown.
The crown, the tiara.
Yeah. Congratulations to that young lady. Don't know her name. And, but, yeah, Lincoln so far is doing what they've had to do. This is one of those games you must win. And don't matter who you're playing, you've got to win this game. And they made it, you know, this is, again, my first time seeing them this year, after hearing about the struggles they had first part of the year. And they've got some offensive weapons they can definitely use. And you know, they've got some speed when they get to the outside. And if they continue to do that, now I know the road's going to be tough next 2 weeks, but they can right the ship, as you say, on this season and make people forget about those first 4 weeks of the season. It's a great crowd here tonight from Lincolnton as well. So the fan base is behind them. I know the coaches are working hard. And now on the other side of the field, Lake Norman, you just got to, you know, what they're saying there at halftime, you know, we just got to keep, you know, scoring there at the end of the half. That's a positive for them. And so they can try to build on that here going into the second half. They will get the ball. Lake Norman gets the ball here in the second half coming up. So, you know, they can put together another drive here and score. Now you're talking about instead of a, you know, 27-point lead, now it's down to a 20-point lead, or depending on the field goal, however you want to do that, 20 to 19-point lead, and that's that makes you do things differently as a football coach and as a team in general. How you approach second half. We were talking about McLean earlier, being at quarterback. I think he is. I think he's doing a great job leading this offense. He's throwing the ball effectively. Again, though, when he was scrambled, you could tell he was kind of limping a little bit, scrambling. So that could be something that Coach Gibson maybe address here in the second half, maybe take him out, maybe run him a couple series and let him rest the rest of the
play
way.
in the third, or perhaps rest the third, who knows.
Yeah.
The halftime show winding down. There's about 4 minutes and 45 seconds left showing on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. We're going to take a quick break from the action here on WLON 1050 AM. You're listening to KTC Broadcasting. Find us on the internet at ktcbroadcasting.com, lincolncounty.com. You can even find our radio stations at WLON1050am.com. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
We make a joyful noise cheering our favorite high school football teams on Friday nights and our favorite college teams on Saturday. The family of faith at Ryan Heights United Methodist Church would like to invite you to come and make a joyful noise for the Lord on Sundays. Sunday school is at 10 and worship is at 11. Ryan Heights United Methodist Church is in Lincolnton on Madison Street, just up from Betty Ross Park. Come make a joyful noise with us.
The Roundup Store in Shelby welcomes Mike Trent. Come in and see Mike for all of your door and window needs. Come in and see what they've round up at the Roundup Store, like distressed cross ties, $30 for a bundle of 16. Assorted sizes of interior, pre-hung doors are $40. See the line of all-wood kitchen cabinet, countertop, bathroom vanities, floor covering, and of course their famous Roundup buildings and gazebos. The Roundup Store, 610 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at roundupshelby.com.
'Cause I saddle up my horse and I ride into the city.
Playing football is tough, and so is going to work every day. Sure, there are some days you don't feel like you're going to make it. When those days come, we invite you to visit Pro Wellness Family Chiropractic Center, 1814 North Aspen Street in Lincolnton, and now an additional location in Denver at 615 Highway 16. Dr. Robin Owings and Dr. Robert Schick invite you to drop by and find out how they can help you feel better. Hey, I did. Just call 704-735-9668 or visit the website at prowellnessnc.com. Pro Wellness Family Chiropractic. They've always got your back. Turner Hauser Insurance Group has moved. moved into the new location at 228 East Main Street in downtown Lincolnton, and you're invited to come by. Jamie Hauser can help you with your home, auto, commercial, farm, or life insurance needs. Turner Hauser Insurance Group is here to serve their community and help you protect what matters. Visit the new location, Turner Hauser Insurance Group, 228 East Main Street in downtown Lincolnton. Just look for the big blue awning. Online, TurnerHauserINS.com. Call 704-732-9577.
Sleep apnea is the interruption of sleep by a blockage to breathing. 8 million Americans go undiagnosed with sleep apnea. Dr. John L. Cloninger III of Lincolnton can help you with sleep apnea problems. John III is a member of the American Academy of Dental Sleep Medicine. He can help you now overcome the symptoms of obstructive sleep apnea, such as excessive daytime sleep, loud snoring, episodes of breathing cessation where you stop breathing, dry mouth and sore throat, morning headaches, insomnia, attention problems, and more. John III is concerned that patients don't know there are treatments for obstructive sleep apnea, from CPAP to dental appliances or even surgery. John III offers a free consultation for anyone with symptoms of sleep apnea. Just call 704-735-0765 or come by 904 Doncha Drive in Lincolnton to make an appointment. Sleep longer, smile brighter, live happier. Let Dr. John L. Cloninger III put his 21 years of dentistry experience to work for you.
Since 1934, that's right, 1934, Watson Insurance Agency has been providing the people of our area the best possible combination of insurance, risk management techniques, and personalized service in the most efficient manner possible. And today, the tradition continues. Watson Insurance is one of the largest independently owned brokers in the Southeast, representing over 30 of the largest and financially sound insurance carriers today. Before you buy, get a quote with offices in Gastonia, Lincoln, and Belmont and Lake Wylie. Find out more at WatsonInsurance.com. Your CarQuest dealer is Eddie's Auto Parts, and now Eddie's Auto Parts is your authorized dealer for Summit Racing Equipment, plus rough country lift kits. Get your lawnmower batteries and automotive detailing and cleaning supplies too. So race on in to Eddie's Auto Parts, 2514 East Main Street in Lincoln.
You want some help from a fellow car lover? It's all in one place, as you'll discover. Roll in to CarQuest and roll on. 'Cause I saddle up my horse and I ride into the city.
All right. Jason Sane, Shannon Allen. The Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge halftime show is coming to an end. The LincolnCounty.com sponsored our halftime stats, and they'll also be sponsoring our post-game stats that we'll have shortly after the end of the contest during the Carolina Trust Bank Stadium post-game show when we announce the West End Offensive Player of the Game, the Rhodes and Bill Oil Company Defensive Player of the Game, and the Campers Inn Overall Player of the Game. So stick around for the Carolina Trust Bank post-game show. Thanks again for joining us on the Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge halftime show. And we'll hear from the LincolnCounty.com stats team again in our post-game wrap-up of tonight's contest. Lincolnton so far enjoying a 33-7 lead as they've put 5 touchdowns on the board. They've come up short on a few of their extra points, but still comfortably
about
in
a
the
yard
lead.
close on both of them.
Yeah, and a 2-point conversion also just about in the end zone, but not quite. And score stands 33-7. As the Lincolnton warms back up. 2 minutes on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard ticks away. We're going to take another quick break as that time winds down. They re-announce the half-and-half winner. We'll be right back with you on WLON 1050 AM with the Lincolnton Wolves as they take on Lake Norman Charter here on KTC Broadcasting.
It's the Subway Sub of the Day. Each day of the week, you get a different 6-inch sub for just $3.50. Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki sub. Tuesday, the oven roasted chicken sub. Wednesday, the turkey breast sub. Thursday, the Italian BMT sub. Friday, the tuna sub. Saturday, the Black Forest ham sub. And Sunday, the meatball marinara sub. Your choice, just $3.50. The Sub of the Day from Subway in Boulder City and the Walmart in Lincolnton.
Just say fill her up. Be ready for Old Man Winter with a fill-up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln. No matter where you live, Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln can deliver. Just call 704-735-0765 735-2508. Be ready for open winter with your winter fill-up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company, 1404 East Main Street in Lincolnton. Again, call 704-735-2508. Just say hello from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincolnton.
'Cause I saddle up my horse.
Since 1934, that's right, 1934, Watson Insurance Agency has been providing the people of our area the best possible combination of insurance, risk management techniques, and personalized service in the most efficient manner possible. And today the tradition continues. Watson Insurance is one of the largest independently owned brokers in the Southeast, represented over 30 of the largest and financially sound insurance carriers today. Before you buy, get a quote with offices in Gastonia, Lincoln, and Belmont and Lake Wylie. Find out more at WatsonInsurance.com. Your CarQuest dealer is Eddie's Auto Parts. And now Eddie's Auto Parts is your authorized dealer for Summit racing equipment, plus rough country lift kits, your lawnmower batteries, and automotive detailing and cleaning supplies too. So race on in to Eddie's Auto Parts, 2514 East Main Street in Lincoln.
When you want some help from a fellow car lover, it's all in one place. As you'll discover, roll in to CarQuest and roll on. 'Cause I saddle up my...
And we're back here at Lincolnton at Von Ray Harris Field, getting ready to start the third quarter. Lincoln kicker Brian Cedeno getting ready to kick off for Lincoln. Got a new man returning for Lake Norman Charter. Looks like it's number 11, Jaden Goodman. We've called his name out a couple times already receiving. And Cedeno getting ready to kick and gets a kick off, and it looks like it's to the left side. It's a short kick, bounces about the 15-yard line. Goodman picks it up, going to run it to the middle of the field. And he has a great tackle there by Lincoln, number 20, Dajay Powell. Let's call him Powell there. Goodman got out to the 25-yard line, so Lake Norman will start it there here in the third quarter, trying to right the ship here a little bit, build off that touchdown they scored right before the half. And so they'll take over 1st and 10, 25-yard line. Got trips to the right, single man to the left. And Newton, quarterback, going to take the snap, single back, and he's going to hand the ball off to, looks like it's Owen Thomas, and he is met by big number 70 for Lincolnton, Mr. Johnny Orea. That big boy gets a hold of you. It's like sandwich clamps. You're not getting away from him, you know. And he tackled him. Thomas got him probably, I'd say we're going to give him about 4 yards there. I think I'll give him, it's going to be to the 30-yard line.
So one of his longest carries of the night.
Yeah. Lincoln's defensive fronts played really well tonight. They've controlled that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, no runs over 10 yards, only one over 5 yards.
Yeah, so second and 5, Lake Norman trips to the right, single man to the left. Newton, we got a false start by the right tackle there.
Right tackle, that's what I meant. 56.
56 there.
Yep.
Austin McCarter got a little jump, a little too anxious ready to start the play, so I had to back him up 5 yards. So actually be now at the 25-yard line. So I guess they called it the 26 when he started. So it'll be 2nd and 11 for Lake Norman. Same setup. Trips to the right, single man to the left. Newton takes the snap, drops back to the pass, and throws over the middle of the field. He is short. Harris on the coverage. The pass was intended for Jaden Goodman. And the ball was thrown short there. I think Harris had more of an option to get it than Goodman did, or better chance to get it. And
Dajay Powell was on the blitz, forced him to get rid of it before he wanted to.
That's a great name, Dajay Powell.
Mm-hmm.
And for Lincolnton, so to bring up 3rd and 11 for Lake Norman. And that little post route over the middle has been their bread and butter tonight. What little success they've had has been with that pass for Lake Norman, Mr. Newton and Lake Norman Charter. So, twins to the right and left. Newton takes the snap, drops back to pass. He's looking for a man, throws it up deep, and it's intended for number 5. That is Wilder. And Harris on the play. I think Wilder wanted to call there, but he wasn't going to get that. There was no way he was going to call that. Ball's overthrown, good 5 yards. And he made a good attempt, but come up short. So it's 4th and 11 for Lake Norman. And Max Blitzstein back to kick. You got Hollis and Harris. the H twins, I'm going to call them. That's a deadly combination back here in the back. Listening low snap, takes the kick and gets a great kick. Great kick off of a snap, bounces at the Lincoln 45. They're going to let it bounce, going all the way to the 30. It's like the 38-yard line of Lincolnton.
Yep, finally down by.
Got a flag down there, middle of the field.
Norman player.
Yeah.
Let's see what this flag's about.
That was a low snap. Listening did a good job scooping that ball
Yeah,
up.
it bounced into the punter.
Yeah.
He did a good job of handling it and getting the kickoff quickly.
Yeah, looks like it's an unsportsmanlike call against Lincolnton. Probably, well, you don't really know what that entails.
Perhaps,
late hit, running your mouth,
Yeah.
something. So 15-yard or whatever it is, and that's going to back Lincolnton all the way up back to their own 23-yard line. So costly penalty there for the Wolves here in the third quarter, even though they're up by 27 or 26 points.
Costing them field position for sure.
You know, you still can't. You got to keep your foot on the gas and those careless. Finish. Yeah, you got to finish those careless mistakes. You can't. You
really
can't let that rule the day.
Really don't want to let up till we see that running clock.
It looks like McLean's back there at quarterback. Is that McLean? It looks like him. So twins to the left, two receivers to the left, a single receiver right.
Could be Hollis back there.
Takes a snap. And great handoff to number 3. That was Tyshawn Harris. Looks like it was a low snap, and McLean just handed it to him on his hip, and he scooped it or grabbed it and kept on going. So could have been a fumble there. That was close. But Harris made a good adjustment and put his hands on the ball and got about a 4-yard gain. We're going to call it.
Not a bad play first down. Brings up 2nd 6. Very manageable. Playbook's wide open here.
Oh, yeah. 2nd 6, we're on 27-yard line.
A lot of room if they want to take a shot down the field.
Oh, yeah. A lot of speed on that Lincoln offense right now.
Defense playing awful close to the line of scrimmage.
Got tight set here. Trips to the right side. McLean takes a snap. Going to hand it off to, looks like it's going to be to Harris. Going up the middle. And a great run by Harris. Good offensive line blocking, especially on that left side by the left guard. And he moves some people out of the way. And Harris followed him.
First.
Picks up another Eddie's Auto Parts first down. So Lincolnton, even though after the costly penalty, they're putting together a little drive here.
Yep, 2 runs. First down. Got another set. Chains move.
Now's when you want to see the clock run. Now they're just going to maybe keep it on the ground here, and maybe 1st and 10. We'll say from the.
They're setting up a shot down the field. It's only a matter of time. Yeah, they've done it every drive.
Trips to the right, McLean. He goes back to pass, and he's scrambling. He's looking. He's got a man open. That looks like it's number 2. Is that Durr? Is that Malcolm Durr?
That was a good decision. Take what he had.
It was. Malcolm Durr with a great catch, and a host of Knights tackled him. And it looks like it was led by number 52 for Lake Norman, Logan Herron. And number 8, Josh Pollard. So gain of about 5 yards.
Yeah, a little underneath pass is all that was there. It was a shot down the field, potentially covered down the field, but had to give up the underneath route.
Yeah, he took what they gave him, and he got 5 yards out of it. So that brings up 2nd and 5 for Lincoln. They're on 40-yard line. Twins to the left side, single man over here to the right, and snap, and he hands off to Hollis, and he cuts it up the middle, makes a little move, so he helmet on the ground, and I think he got the first down. He got at least 5 yards on that run.
Might be just a little short.
Yeah. And, that was Harris. Excuse me, not Hollis. Harris.
73, that's the helmet that came off. He'll have to take a play out. That's Parker Gaines.
Parker Gaines, 6'4", little slim 305. That's a big youngin' right there.
Yeah, he's rubbing his nose like he may have got a little shot when his helmet was off.
That's a big old boy. No wonder he can run behind him all day there.
Yeah, I've seen him in the captain's huddle a few times.
So it brings up 1st and 10 for Lincoln at their own 45-yard line. And keeping them on the ground here, most of the plays. Got twins to the left side, single man to the right. McLean still in the shotgun. And we got a official timeout from the far side of the field. And looks like a chin strap, maybe buckled a chin strap or from a Lake Norman player. Okay, he got him. He's good to go now. And just safety, player safety there. So McLean takes the snap, going to hand off to, that looks like it's going to be to Harris. He gets around the right side, trying to get outside, and is running to a host of Lake Norman defenders. Lake Norman's got a little fire in him here, it looks like, in the second half defensive-wise. Makes some pretty good hits on Mr. Harris there for Lincoln.
Still getting enough yard to put together. First down.
Yeah, you get I can get 3 yards every play.
Chunks. Yeah,
and I'm going to score every time. So 3-yard play, 2nd and 7 for Lincoln at their own 48-yard line. And that's one thing about kids these days. They want to break that long run, but it's hard to, tell them, hey, 3 yards, we're going to score. It may take us 20 minutes, we're going to score, So anyway, Lincoln lining up second 7 trips to the left side, single man to the right. McLean taking the snap, and he drops back, rolling to his left. He's looking to pass, throws it, and he's got a man open, and that is, looks like number 20 for Lincolnton?
Best I can tell, yeah, that's 20.
Powell? Yeah, Powell, and he was met by a great hit, great tackle, looks like by Maul Downey. As soon as Powell caught it, he was met with a great hit, great tackle, and a gain of about, what you give him, 2? About 2-yard gain there, so it'll be 3rd and 3. We'll call it 3. And 3rd and 3 from their own, that's right in the middle of 48 and 49. So 48 and a half there. 3rd and 3 from Lincolnton. Again, just doing what they have to do to win this game and keep rolling. That's the main thing. Trips to the right side. We've got a official. It looks like we've got Lincoln calling timeout here.
So we're going to take a quick break from the action, try to get back before this next play is underway. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsors.
Sleep apnea is the interruption of sleep by a blockage to breathing. 8 million Americans go undiagnosed for sleep apnea. Dr. John L. Cloninger III of Lincolnton can help you with a sleep apnea problem. John III is a member of the American Academy of Dental Sleep Medicine. He can help you now overcome symptoms of obstructive sleep apnea, such as excessive daytime sleep, loud snoring, episodes of breathing cessation where you stop breathing, dry mouth and sore throat, morning headaches, insomnia, attention problems, and more. John III is concerned that patients don't know there are treatments for obstructive sleep apnea, from CPAP to dental appliances or even surgery. John III offers a free consultation for anyone with symptoms of sleep apnea. Just call 704-735-0765 or come by 904 Doncha Drive in Lincolnton to make an appointment. Sleep longer, smile brighter, live happier. Let Dr. John L. Cloninger III put his 21 years of dentistry experience to work for you.
At Lincoln High School, and Tyshawn Harris just took a handoff around the right side of the line, and pretty much it was off to the races. Scored on a 49-yard touchdown. Great block by the receiver on this side, Malcolm Durr, to spring him there, and he just outrun Lake Norman to the end zone. So it's right now 6:54 to go here in the third quarter. Lincoln leading 39-7. And we've got this kicker, Cedeno, back to kick the extra point, or to try the extra point for Lincoln. Hollis with the hold. And the snap, good hold, and the kick, and it's good. So with 6:54, it's Lincolnton up 40-7. That was a great run by, even though we're at the break, by Harris. He just took the pitch around the right side, or took the handoff and just scampered, and there was a hole there, and he took off. A great block again by Malcolm Durr for Lincolnton. And I'll tell you what, let's just keep it here for this one, and since we just had a break. And with the scores the way they're going now, with West Lincoln was losing, and Lincolnton, these two teams, and I don't want to compare them, but they got to control their own destiny. They can't have any help from anybody else. And right now Lincolnton's doing their part. You got to take these last 3 games one game at a time, and that's what they're doing. And I'm very impressed from what I've heard about them beginning of the season till now. When you finally see them firsthand, they've got some talent there, and it's one of those teams, you sleep on them, they're going to beat you. And they're doing all they can right now. They're doing a great job of it. Coach Gibson's done a fantastic job. So Daniel has the ball teed up and ready for the kick, and he kicks it off again. It looks like it's going to Goodman or Muldowney. And he takes the ball running hard right up the middle and makes a good spin move out to the 35-yard line. That was Jaden Goodman for Lake Norman, tackled by number 45 from Lincolnton. Again, don't have his name or number, and we'll just give him credit on it. Or was that 15? I'm sorry, that might have been 15.
Walters is what I'm hearing up
Walters.
here.
Okay, Walters 45, and it looks like 15, Cameron Lloyd also went on tackle. So Lake Norman takes over their own 35-yard line with 6:47 to go here in the third quarter. 1st and 10, got twin sets to the right and left. And Newton is still in the shotgun, going to take the snap. and drops back to pass because that little pump fake going over the middle. Got number 4 open with the catch, Marcus, and he is tackled by, looks like it was Hollis and Malcolm Durr for a nice game for Lake Norman Charter. That got all the way down to the Lincolnton 45-yard line, and it was just a little slant pass right across the middle of the field. Again, that's that little pump fake Newton does. It kind of freezes up the secondary, and it gives him time to get that receiver to make his move. So Lake Norman moving the ball here, 1st and 10 from the Lincolnton 45-yard line. Still again, twin set right and left. Newton waiting on the snap. Lincoln's was showing blitz, and they're sending them, and it's hands off to number 20. Is that 24? 27. 27, Josh Aruda. Josh Aruda. The blitz run right by him.
And Lincoln about 12 there and another Eddie's Auto Parts first down.
Eddie's Auto Parts first down. Lincoln was bringing the blitz on that, and Aruda just found the hole, and by the time they realized what was going on, he was already 3-4 yards behind them.
Yep.
So
you bring a blitz into the gap they're trying to run through, you usually stop it immediately. But if you miss, there's nobody at the next level to clean things up.
Except the safety.
You can get gashed. Just got to call the blitz in the right gap.
So trips now for Lake Norman, 1st and 10 from Lincoln 34. Hand the ball off again, too. It looks like that's Aruda, number 27. Breaks out to the outside. He's got a big gain, and he's taken out of bounds taken out of bounds about the 19-yard line. So, again, finding some success on that right side of the offensive line.
And with Aruda, that's the second consecutive carry for 10-plus yards. He went for 12 before and now for 14. So Lincolnton's front's going to have to find a way to close those holes.
That's right. Being an old line coach, you got. I like that offensive line blocking like that and giving these boys shout-outs. 56 Austin McCarter on the edge there for Lincoln, paving the way for Aruda. Twin set right and left. Shotgun set for Newton. Takes a high snap, hands it off again to Aruda, coming around to the left side, and he's going to find no room.
Drop for a loss.
Drop for what, about a 3? Oh, they're going to give him, they'll give him 4 progress. About a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, still a loss. So got him in the backfield. Somebody got hold of his jersey. Another man able to get there and clean up the tackle.
Yeah, looks like
Lozano could get free.
Lozano got him in the backfield. Made a couple spin moves, but to no avail. So 2nd down and call it 12 from the from the Lincoln 21-yard line. Twin set right and left. Newton back in the shotgun, takes a snap, going to pass. That pump fake again, going across the middle. He's got a man open in the end zone. It's number 4, Brandon Marcus, and it is a touchdown pass.
Yep, that was the pump fake, just like you said. That really froze him up.
That freezes him just for a second, just for enough for that defender to get behind him. And, the coverage wasn't bad.
No, he had a defender there. It was a great throw and a great catch.
That's right, great throw, great catch.
Brandon Marcus on the reception, a 21-yard touchdown reception from Marcus with 4:41 to go in the 3rd.
So Lincoln scores, and then Lake Norman answers.
Yep, they were able to answer this time.
So on the kick is Max Blitzstein for Lake Norman. And the snap, the hold's good, and the kick is up, and it is good. So with 4:41 here left in the 3rd quarter, it's Lincolnton 40 and Lake Norman Charter 14, and we'll be back right after these messages here on KTC Broadcasting.
Playing football is tough, and so is going to work every day. Sure, there are some days you don't feel like you're going to make it. When those days come, we invite you to visit Pro Wellness Family Chiropractic Center, 1814 North Aspen Street in Lincolnton, and now an additional location in Denver at 615 Highway 16. Dr. Rob Owens and Dr. Robert Schick invite you to drop by and find out how they can help you feel better. Hey, I did. Just call 704-735-9668 or visit the website at ProWellnessNC.com. Pro Wellness Family Chiropractic. They've always got your back. Turner Hauser Insurance Group has moved into the new location at 228 East Main Street in downtown Lincoln, and you're invited to come by. Jamie Hauser can help you with your home, auto, commercial, farm, or life insurance needs. Turner Hauser Insurance Group is here to serve their community and help you protect what matters. Visit the new location, Turner Hauser Insurance Group, 228 East Main Street in downtown Lincoln, and just look for the big blue awning. Online at TurnerHauserINS.com. Call 704-732-9577.
And we're back here at Lincoln High School. Blitzstein just kicked off for Lake Norman Charter and was kicking it in the end zone. And Tyreek Hollis there from Lincoln showing his athletic skills, trying to keep the ball from going in the zone, but he caught it, but he was already in the zone.
Plane,
yeah. That's a great kick. That's a weapon to have. And so anyway, Lincoln takes over at their own 20-yard line, leading 40-14. And we have McLean still quarterback, I think.
Yep.
You got twins right and left, and it's just direct snap. I don't think that is McLean. I think that's
McLean still. It's
that
all
McLean?
7, I'm pretty sure.
No, McLean's back here.
Oh, that was the direct
Hollis.
snap to
Yeah.
Hollis. They do that occasionally.
There's a Wildcat action there or something, maybe.
Harris, huh?
Harris.
Not Hollis. Last week, he did receive a 2-point conversion, but yeah, direct snap. Harris lining up the quarterback position.
Yeah.
But a designed run. As soon as he caught it, straight ahead with an extra blocker.
And going to do that again, a Wildcat look with McLean at the wing back here on the right side. Twins set right and left, and Harris back takes the snap, and he's going to look for room to run. He's sort of stumbled in the backfield. He breaks to the outside and makes a nice gain, getting out to the
Got flags
30.
down everywhere.
Yeah, flags down. Got to the 33, which would be a first down, but we're going to see what the flags are. I'm assuming
Sure, it's a hold.
Hold or blocking the back, and it is going to be a
We
holding
got one
call.
in the backfield at the beginning of the play, but another late as the run developed, probably a hold both ends of, or illegal receiver downfield.
Well, it was a run. It wouldn't be a
Didn't
receiver.
throw
yeah,
it, so they
didn't
can't
throw it.
call that.
Yeah. It's a holding, whatever it is. Holding call against Lincolnton. That is declined.
Another
holding. That'd be from the spot of the foul, so that's all the way back at the 23-yard line. So that's going to put him at the 13.
So that'll negate the play, though, and replaying the down.
Yeah.
So they accept the penalty because he did turn it into a decent little gain after he was wrapped up in the backfield. So this will back him up.
Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. He moved the ball. About to say it's not a 5-yard penalty. It's a 10-yard. So Lincolnton shooting themselves in the foot after a great run by Harris. I mean, he just had to make his own way there, but now it's 2nd and 15, maybe 16. 2nd and 16 from their own 13-yard line. I can't tell. Is that 14-yard line? Trips to the left, and McLean going back, going to pass it. Got a man open. It's Hollis, and he's tackled out of bounds at the 20. They're going to give him the 20-yard line, and so a 6-yard, 7-yard reception there. And so that brings up 3rd and now 3rd and 10. Back at the original line of scrimmage at the 20-yard line for Lincolnton. And they're in the huddle now. This is where you don't want to start making mistakes a little late because you got a big lead. You got to keep going. You got to keep moving forward. And I know Coach Gibson's probably preached that.
Yeah, he's looking for his 3rd and 10 play right here.
Oh, yeah. You got trips to the left side now. Single man to the right. McLean back, rolling to his left and looking downfield, and he just gets it off. And a great catch by Malcolm Durr at the 34-yard line. Had to come back and get the ball and made a great move on the ball and caught it. And that is going to be another Eddie's Auto Parts first down. McLean rolling to his left. He threw the ball. When he threw it, took a nice shot there by the Lake Norman defense, but to no avail. So
looked like they were about to perhaps intercept it. He stepped in front of the defender and made the catch.
Was that Durr? I said Malcolm Durr. It could have been Evans.
Number 2, Durr.
Okay, so he made a great.
For another first down.
Made a great play on the ball. And so Lincoln moving the ball here. Got 1st and 10 from their own 30, caught the 33-yard line. Got twin set, right and left. And going to hand off to Harris, and he cuts up the middle, scoots to the outside, still scampering and coming back across the field. And here it's like backyard football now. He's trying to find and got a block downfield, and he may go all the way. He's at the 30-yard line, and he's still going. Hey, gentlemen, he's going to score. Great run. Wow. Unbelievable run by number 3, Tyshawn Harris. And McLean standing at his 40-yard line, can't believe it. And that's one of those backyard plays. You draw it in the dirt, say just run. Harris was pinned up on the left side, come back behind the line of scrimmage.
He broke out the pile. It almost looked like he didn't know which way he was going. And
cut back across the field. Had a good block down here. Not sure who made the block on it, and broke a tackle and scored. So Daniel now on for the extra point. And Tyreek Hollis is on the hold. I think Harris was looking for that run all night. He finally got it. And the snap's good, the hold's good, the kick is up. And it is good. So with 2:59 here to go in the third quarter, an exciting set of plays there for Lincoln. Lincoln is up 47-14 over Lake Norman Charter. We'll be back right after these messages.
We make a joyful noise cheering our favorite high school football teams on Friday nights and our favorite college teams on Saturday. The Family of Faith at Ryan Heights United Methodist Church would like to invite you to come and make a joyful noise for the Lord on Sundays. Sunday school is at 10 and worship is at 11. Ryan Heights United Methodist Church is in Lincolnton on Madison Street, just up from Betty Ross Park. Come make a joyful noise with us.
The Roundup Store in Shelby welcomes Mike Trent. Come in and see Mike for all of your door and window needs. Come in and see what they've rounded up at the Roundup Store, like distressed cross ties, $30 for a bundle of 16. Assorted sizes of interior, pre-hung doors are $40. See a line of all-wood kitchen cabinets, countertops, bathroom vanities, floor covering, and of course their famous Roundup buildings and gazebos. The Roundup Store, 1610 Eastern Boulevard in Shelby. Online at roundupshelby.com.
And we're back here at Lincoln High School, and Zedania just kicked off for Lincoln, and Goodman had trouble catching the ball and fumbled it. And it looks like Lincoln has recovered the fumble on the kickoff.
All right, so Lincoln's going to take back over on great field position deep in Lake Norman Charter territory.
Looks like it was number 45, Mr. Walters again, that got the recovery there, and Goodman just couldn't handle that ball. He was running up like a center fielder trying to catch a fly ball. He just couldn't handle it. So Lincoln takes over at their own 23-yard line, and with 2:52 to go, and they're looking to score again, up 47-14. And McLean brings to the offense to the line, got a trips set to the left, single receiver to the right, Hollis over here to the right, and the snap, and McLean goes back looking to pass, and he's still scrambling around looking, and he throws the ball up and just over the hands of one Malcolm Durr, and Durr's 6'1" frame, even with his jump, couldn't reach that ball. And McLean again throwing to Durr, and Durr he really wasn't open, but then again, I guess you could say it was open if he just thrown a little bit shorter there, a little bit lower. So 2nd and 10 for Lincolnton. Again at their own 23-yard line, and again going that trips left. Hollis split out here to the right. McLean takes the ball, hands off to number 8 up the middle. He's got a hole, and he's down to looks like the 8-yard line. That is number 8, Caden Wyatt, exploding through the offensive line. Great job, number 73, Parker Gaines, 6'4", all 305 pounds of him, moving people around up there, and did a great job for to spring Wyatt deep into the Lake Norman Charter secondary. So it'll bring first and goal. Looks like from the 8-yard line for the Wolves here. Twins set to the right. Hands the ball off. Looks like that's Wyatt again, and he gets all the way down to the 2, maybe? 2. They give him the 2. Yeah, 2-yard line. Again.
So
just moving.
Chunking out yardage is the backup running back Wyatt, as he's getting some steady use here in the third quarter. 14 yards, 6 yards on consecutive plays, and he's on the goal line now.
Great job.
2 yards left to get. Let's see if they call his number again.
Great job of Parker Gaines and number 55, Lozano on that left side. They're moving people around. And, again, Wyatt has the ball, and it goes right up the middle.
Down.
And I think
So depending on which way he falls, they're going to say he was short of the goal line. I believe he may have had a surge at a moment. He was very, very close, but they've got the angle. We don't from way up here. They're calling him down at the half-yard line. Going to give him maybe 1.
Tell you, I like Wyatt running the ball.
Good surge.
Yeah, when he gets the ball, he's full speed. That kid, he's got a good motor on him there for.
With only about a half-yard left, so they might not call his number again. Minute 20 left on the clock. First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard reads 47-14.
I'd give it to him again, because he's
trying to get the young man in the end zone.
Yeah, give him a little recognition.
Might be a little quarterback sneak from here is all I was thinking.
I'm either going behind Trey Roberts or Parker Gaines. That's 655 pounds right there about 5 yards in
they
front
did
of
line him up on the other side.
Yeah, and he hands the ball off to Wyatt, and he breaks a tackle, and he got in and broke the plane. Touchdown, Lincolnton, off the left side. Going off the left edge here. Lozano making the block for him to go around. And so with 112, Caden Wyatt gets Lincoln again on the scoreboard. Great run, great three runs there for Wyatt. Explosive running back, Caden Wyatt. 5'7", 155, just a junior. So hopefully we'll see a lot of him going forward. Another attack, another arsenal or weapon they can put in their arsenal attack here from Lincoln. Lozano, is that, or excuse me, Sedano up for the extra point. Hollis takes a snap and he rolls, going to be a fake, and he throws it and just out of the hands of number 6, Skylar Evans. So that looks like they were going for 2 all the way there. Yep. Wasn't no hesitation off the fake extra point play, if you want to politically correct.
Yeah, looking for the trick play, wasn't there. So that leaves the score 53-14. We're going to take a quick break, try to get back before the action resumes here at Von Ray Harris Field.
The Christmas shop is now open at Carolina Hardware and Garden Center on Reachville Road in Lincolnton. It's time to come in and check it out. See the beautifully decorated Christmas trees. There are all kinds of wreaths and bows, along with Christmas figurines. And coming November 17th and 18th, the Christmas Open House. 2 big days with door prizes and refreshments. Come see the Christmas shop, now open at Carolina Hardware and Garden Center on the Reachville Road in Lincoln. You're invited to drop by and see our brand new showroom. Now open at Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC in Lincolnton. Yes, it's big, it's bright, and it's full of great deals on Chevrolets, Buicks, and GMC trucks. Hey, it's truck month. Come in now and get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $5,500 total cash allowance on the 2017 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab. Come in for all the details at the all-new Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC truck, 1445 East Main Street, Lincolnton.
We're back here at Von Ray Harris Field, and Zdeno with the kickoff, and Stankiewicz took it about his own 10-yard line, and maybe his 9, and got to the Lake Norman 31, and maybe it was his 15. So anyway, Lake Norman starts off 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line, got twin set right and left. Newton, again, still in the shotgun and waiting on the snap, and gets the snap and going to drop back for pass and going to throw it over the middle again. That, I'll tell you what, that's their bread and butter play. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. And Blitzstein looked like he had a step on the Lincoln defender, and you know, maybe if he'd have dove, he may have caught that. But again, I'm up here, I'm not down there, so it's real easy for me to comment. But again, incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10 for Lake Norman at the 31-yard line. Trying to put something together here. Going to line up twin set right and left, getting the receivers in the slot man where they're supposed to be. Owen, excuse me, is that Thomas back in the backfield? Going to hand the ball off to Owen Thomas, and cuts up the middle, breaks to the right side, gets about a gain. If we give him 2 yards, maybe, yeah, we'll give him 2. Owen Thomas, 5'10", 180-pound junior for Lake Norman and Lake Norman Charter. So 3rd and 8.
We got 15 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and after that play may get us into the 4th quarter. Doesn't look like they're going to get another playoff, so we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be right back with 4th quarter action. Lincolnton leads 53-14 here at Von Ray Harris Field. You're listening to KTC Broadcasting on WLON 1050 AM.
KL Insurance is your independent insurance agency in Lincolnton, specializes in working with families and small businesses for all of your insurance needs. From auto insurance to health insurance to Medicare and more. By being independent, KL Insurance can shop around for the best coverage for the best dollar to fit your specific needs and budget. Stop by today. Open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday 9 to 5, Wednesdays 9 till noon. Just call 704-732-4646 or visit the website at KLinsurance.com. I'm here to tell you about the ultimate cooking experience. It's the Big Green Egg. The egg delivers amazing results as a grill, a smoker, and even an outdoor oven. Grill burgers, sear steaks at high temperatures, slow cook the perfect rack of ribs, and even bake a crispy pizza. You name it, poultry, seafood, veggies, and even desserts, all on the Big Green Egg. Demand the best and ask for it by name. The Big Green Egg, the ultimate cooking experience. The Big Green Egg and a full line of Big Green Egg accessories are now available at St. Ace Hardware at the Highway 27 150 West intersection in Lincolnton.
And we're back here at Von Ray Harris Field. 3rd and 8 for Lake Norman. Twin set right and left. Newton back in the shotgun, takes a snap, going back for pass, looking over to his left, scrambling to his left, looking for his receivers, makes the pass, and it is incomplete. Pass intended for number 11, Jaden Goodman. Jaden Goodman, number 20 for Lincoln Powell on the coverage, and it was great coverage. Again, secondary did a great job covering up the receivers, and Newton just trying to scramble to his left side, trying to get something to happen. And he just could not get it to work. So now it brings up 4th and 8 for Lake Norman Charter, and looks like they're going for it. You really don't have a choice now. You can, it's pick your poison. Do you punt to them, or you try? You got to try at least something here, and that's what they're doing. So they're going to bring trips to the right. They're going to have Wilder by himself over the left side. Again, this is what they like to do. Lincoln getting their defense set into play. Safety comes over to the left side and goes. There he is. Wilder open the middle of the field, and little slant route. And really, there's nothing you can do on that. It's a great low pass. Made a great catch. Enough, give him 9 yards on the play, and that's enough for another Eddie's Auto Parts here in Lincoln. Eddie's Auto Parts, first down. So Lake Norman Charter going to take it 1st and 10 here at their own 42-yard line. Going to have trips right. Wilder set over there by himself to the left again. It surprised me they're leaving the middle of the field open here. A slant pass, unless they drop the corner back, and that's what they're doing. And they're going to hand off ball off to number 27, Josh Aruda, and he's going nowhere. The big Molly's up for Lincoln, number 63, Jorge Collado. We'll give him a little air play there. He on the tackle, along with number 52. And again, loss of about 3 yards on the play, bring up 2nd 13 for Lake Norman. For Lake Norman Charter, trips to the right, single set man to the left. And again, they're going to drop an outside linebacker, cover the safety, and Newton's going to take the snap, going to drop back, and he's looking, throws across the middle of the field. He's got number 11, Bout made a great catch. Jaden Goodman, one-handed, looked like an Odell Beckham Jr. style catch, but to no avail, bounced or came out of his hands. And so incomplete pass, stops the clock, brings up 3rd and 13. And makes you wonder if Lincoln's if they've already started putting in some of their second stringers and younger players, get them a little playing time here. I know they have on the corners, and still have Hollis over here though in the corner, so maybe not as much.
Skylar Evans, a little help over the top as well, so not the complete changing of the guard just yet.
Yeah, maybe up front, maybe on the line, but trips right. Newton takes the ball, throws it to number 5, and bubble screen out here to the right side, and he is tackled immediately, number 52 for Lincolnton. And number 5 was the receiver, Davis Wilder. They're using him all over the field, and gain of about 5 yards on the play, a little bubble screen there. Had the blocks out there, but just couldn't. The Lincolnton's, their speed from side to sideline is just too much right now for Lake Norman Charter, and so that brings up 4th, and I'm gonna call it 8. There, you got 9 on the scoreboard. I'm gonna say 8. Twin set left and right. Newton shotgun takes the ball back to pass, and he's looking, and he throws the ball up, and he has
number 5.
Number 5, Wilder caught it
and
made a great catch, but he just couldn't keep his feet in bounds, and Lincoln will take over on downs. We're here with 9:53 to go here in the ball game. Lincoln up 53-14, and you know, Lincolnton's done a great job defensively shutting down the running attack for the most part for Lake Norman, and made Lake Norman do what they really don't want to do. That's try to throw the ball against a speedy Lincolnton defense. And we got official timeout Lincolnton. So we're going to take a break here. 9:53 to go here at Von Ray Harris Field. Lincolnton up 53-14.
Since 1934, that's right, 1934, Watson Insurance Agency has been providing the people of our area the best possible combination of insurance, risk management techniques, and personalized service in the most efficient manner possible. And today, the tradition continues. Watson Insurance is one of the largest independently owned brokers in the Southeast, representing a third of the largest financially sound insurance carriers today. Before you buy, get a quote with offices in Gastonia, Lincoln, and Belmont and Lake Wylie. Find out more at WatsonInsurance.com. Your CarQuest dealer is Eddie's Auto Parts. And now Eddie's Auto Parts is your authorized dealer for Summit Racing Equipment, plus rough country lift kits. Get your lawnmower batteries and automotive detailing and cleaning supplies too. So race on in to Eddie's Auto Parts, 2514 East Main Street in Lincolnton.
When you want some help from a fellow car lover, it's all in one place, as you'll discover. Roll in to CarQuest and roll on. 'Cause I said.
And we're back here at Lincolnton, and Lincolnton has the ball first and 10 from their own 44. New quarterback in for Lincolnton. That's number 10, Xavian Davis. And I'm not sure who the ball carrier would say, White or Wyatt. Probably Caden Wyatt, number 8, Caden Wyatt. And he's coming out of the ball game. So Lincolnton getting some playing time for the guys on the sidelines. And Davis will bring them up to the line of scrimmage again. I can't tell who's the running backs in the I. Looks like they're in the I formation because they're right here in front of us. So I can't see their numbers. But Davis takes a snap, hands off to, looks like it's number 9. Great move running up the middle of the field or the middle of the line there for, I'm going to say number 9, Malachi McGriskin. I'm going to call him Malachi there. It's a tough last name to work with. But great run right up the middle of the field. Lincoln, the younger guys pushing those Lake Norman players around, and that's another Eddie's Auto Parts first down for the Wolves here with 9:11 to go here in the ball game. Again, running in that I formation. Davis brings him up to the line of scrimmage. He's under center. Got a man split left and right. Takes the ball and hands the ball off to, again, number 9, Malachi. Call him Eminem. How about that? And he gets about probably 3-4 yards, about 4 yards there. That's a tough little run for Malachi. He is 5'9", 145, just a sophomore. And so he's getting some playing time here for good varsity playing time for him. And brings up 2nd and 7. We're going at the at the Lake Norman Charter 29-yard line. Staying in that I formation. Fullback is number 45. I think that's Walters. That man split left and right. Davis brings it up to the line, and the ball snapped. Davis fumbles it, scooping it around. He picks it up, is going to run it, and he is going to be brought down in the backfield, back to the 40-yard line. Looks like number 55, Kyle Shepler, made the stoppers. 56. That's Austin McCarter. And Austin McCarter on the stack. Davis could not handle the snap, and it got him all the way back to the 37-yard line. So now we're 3rd and about 14, staying in that I formation. Man split left and right.
A little play action pass.
Could be. And going to be a toss sweep to the left. And Malachi out to the outside, lowers his head down and gets what he can. Got to the 30-yard line. Tough little run there for Miss McGriskin. That's a tough name, McGriskin. And
got about 7 back, but not enough.
That was a tough run. That was a good run, matter of fact.
Going to be a 4th down and about 7 go to the first down on the 30-yard line. They are going to opt to keep the offense on the field here.
Oh, yeah, they got to here. And, again, good playing time for these backups. And come stand the I formation, man split left and right. Davis bringing them to the line of scrimmage. Walters up back, Miss Griskin behind him. And going to be a toss sweep to the right and takes the ball, keeps and breaks a tackle. And he's not going to make it further than the probably 27-yard line, 26-yard line. And he was stopped by Lake Norman. So Lake Norman will take over on downs here with 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Lincoln up 53-14.
7 minutes to go.
7 minutes. And Lincoln, now I'd say their whole defense is backups. I don't see Hollis or Harris or Durr. Yeah, you got 23 over at the corner. That's Tyler Duncan. And so Lincoln's backup unit is in there. Number 10, Davis, running, looks like he's playing a monster back maybe. Twin set for Lake Norman. And 1st and 10. Austin going back for pass, hands it off to Thomas, breaks to the left side. He's got some running room, gets all the way down to the 45-yard line. It was a little, maybe like a draw play, you know. It was
his longest run of the night. Their longest run. First run for more than 6 yards, or more than, they slipped in a couple of 12 and 14-yarders there on the last series. But other than that, they've only had 3 runs for more than 10 yards here in this last quarter.
Yeah. So Newton rolling to his right side, but handed the ball off back to Thomas going to the left. Gets a big gain. 1st and 10 for Lake Norman Charter at the home 45-yard line. Trips to the right, single man to the left. I'm assuming that's Wilder on the far side. Newton takes a snap, going to hand all up the middle to number 21. That's Stankwitz. And he makes a nice little scamper, a little run there. Gains about 9 yards on the play. Going to take it to the Lincolnton side of the field, about to the 46-yard line.
That's going to bring up second and about a yard.
Yeah. Nice run there. Nice power run there for Stankwitz. So again, stuff things work on. Even though these aren't starters, they got to make the plays. And so Lake Norman lines up twin set right and left. Newton back, shotgun, takes a snap, going to hand off again to Stankwitz. Going to break to the right side, slips and falls down.
May have gotten the yard he needed. Be real close.
Yeah, to be close. I don't know if he got it. I don't think he did. No, he didn't.
Got a little something, just not quite enough.
He got about
lost
half
his
yard.
foot is what he did, or he would have had it.
Yeah, he didn't. So he did not get it.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Tajay Ross there on the stop for Lincolnton. Tajay Ross gets some playing time, only a sophomore. So nice play for Mr. Ross. So that brings up 3rd and 1 for Lake Norman Charter at the Lincolnton 46-yard line. 5:21 left to go in the ball game. Lincoln with the comfortable lead. Lake Norman twin set right and left. And Newton takes the snap, and he looks to throw, and he's going to run it. He's going to show us off his wheels, and he's got to get at least 1 yard, and he got probably about 3. So using that 6'4" frame to try to juke some players out, but he's not going to juke many out. And
he did get what he needed, though. He just had his eyes on the sticks. Yeah. Picks up an Eddie's Auto Parts 1st down. Chains move. Clock keeps moving also, though. Now we're inside the 5-minute mark here in the 4th quarter, and time's just getting away from the Lake Norman Charter Knights. Not going to have enough time to complete this comeback. But could maybe save a little face if they could put together a scoring drive here.
So 1st and 10 from the Lincolnton 43-yard line. Twin set right and left. Newton back in the shotgun. Going to take the snap. Going to hand off to number 27. That is Aruda. Breaks to the right side. Got some room to the outside. And he is going to be brought down. Nice run there by Aruda, finding the outside open, following the edge of the blockers. And made a nice tackle by I think that's number 8 for Lincoln, Caden Wyatt, come in. Again, a lot of young players for Lincoln getting to play, a lot of sophomores, and that's good for their team as a whole moving forward, and especially because their season's definitely not over.
I'm seeing a little different look here on the offensive side of the ball as well. A couple of clean jerseys, some smaller bodies in there.
Yeah. Newton takes a snap, 1st 10, hand off to Aruda, going around the left side, breaks the tackle, across the 15-yard line, going to be brought down about the 13.
Aruda looks like a starter, taking advantage of some second string. He's out there making moves, making people miss, getting into the secondary.
Yeah, going to put.
He's looking pretty good though. He's putting together some shifty moves, and that's what he should do when the other team starts to let up a little. Yeah. He ought to start to shine, and he certainly is. He's making some good moves. 15 yards on his previous carry, 14 yards there. He's getting 1st downs every time he touches the ball. So Aruda's coming to life here in the 4th quarter, trying to get his Knights into the end zone.
So Lincoln Charter 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line. Going to hand the ball off to Aruda again, and he is stopped in the backfield.
I'll tell you what, that was a read option, and he wasn't sure whether he wanted to keep it or not, and just never did decide, and they just got hit together about 5 yards in the backfield. not Aruta's fault there. He should have pulled it out.
Number 52
just made
that
decision too late, and Aruta took it in the mouth.
Didn't have no chance to read him, and 52 was right there in his back pocket. Made
was.
Made a nice play for the young man.
He still had one hand on the ball.
Yeah.
The quarterback did. He was riding it in his gut and just never did pull it out.
Lincoln run a 3-4 defense here, and so second and about 14 for Lake Norman Charter. They're on 20, we'll say about their own 17-yard line. Trips to the left, going to hand the ball. Nope, fake, going to pass it. Got a man in the end zone, and it looks like it's intercepted by Lincolnton.
Number 18 does come away with the ball.
Number 18, Tajay Ross.
Change of possession.
Tajay Ross with an interception in the end zone for Lincolnton, and that will seal the deal right there for the Wolverines tonight. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Lincolnton takes over at their own 20-yard line, up 53-14. And hats off to these young men that get into playing time, probably don't get to play much throughout the year, doing a great job, doing what they're supposed to do. They bent but didn't break. And Tajay Ross making a great interception in the end zone for the Wolverines, or the Wolves, excuse me. So Lincoln takes over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line, going to stay in that power I set, or the I set.
If they can put together a first down or two, they can put this game in the books.
Yeah, they got a fumble on the snap, and
I think they got it back. Couldn't tell. Lost a yard or two, though.
And Lake Norman
and maybe not have it back.
Their ball.
Let's wait for a call here before we see who has what. I thought I saw a Lincoln player fall right down on it.
Yeah, and
I just think it was on the ground very long, and he didn't try to pick it up and do anything. He just fell on it.
Yeah, Lincoln recovered the ball.
I'm pretty sure the guy that dropped it got it.
Yeah. So Lincolnton.
Busted play, though. Wasted play. Second down. Now we need 11 yards.
Second 11 to go at their own 19-yard line.
Again, looking for a couple of firsts. Tell you what, they did eat 30 seconds off there trying to figure out who got the ball.
Yeah. Looks like we got a new quarterback. Is that number 40? Quarterback
they're changing it up. I think it's number 10.
That number?
No,
I don't think it is. I think it's number.
It's about to be number 10 if they can't get the exchange.
10 was over here on the edge.
Yeah, you're right. He was lined up in the slot. So number 40. Let's see what we got on there.
Frando.
Yeah, Frander Calero, if that's who it actually is. It could be 2 number 40s when you bring up players from the JV. Because Calero's the punter.
Yeah,
I don't really see him doing double duty as the quarterback / punter. However, I have seen lots of quarterbacks punt just because they sneak in that rugby-style punt.
That's right. So Lincoln fumbles the snap, and Lake Norman Charter recovers the fumble, and they take over 1st and 10 for their own 18-yard line.
Matter of fact, he might have been in there to do just that.
They hand the ball off to Aruda, breaks to the outside, and Davis is there to meet him and bring him down for a minimum gain, no gain. And Davis stayed at home playing his outside linebacker. Maybe he come in from the safety. I couldn't tell. But he stayed at home, and Aruda broke to his side, and Aruda didn't get nothing.
Fold that play.
So with 1:51 to go here in the ball game.
So the backup defense doing a pretty good job.
They're doing good. Again, this is beneficial.
Struggling to keep up with Aruda at first. His speed was finding the edge. Got 15, 14 yards on consecutive carries. Hadn't had any success since that.
Yeah. So twin set right and left. Newton takes the ball and going to pitch it out to Aruda on the left side and going to be tackled. Nice tackle, open field tackle by I think number 61 for Lincoln. That could be number 51.
Tell you what, number 8 though, Caden White is playing defensive end. He's carried the ball a few times, but he's the one set the edge, kept that quick pitch from getting outside, made him turn it back in where he had help. So really a lot of credit there for Caden White just for turning the man into the interior defense.
So gain of maybe 1, maybe. Then we'll call it 3rd and 9 for Lake Norman Charter at the Lincolnton 22-yard line. 57 seconds to go in the ball game. Twin set right and left for Lake Norman. Charter, ball snapped to Newton, going to hand the ball off to, I think it's Thomas there. He's looking for running room, and he is fumbled the ball. Ball's on the ground, and Lake Norman Charter has recovered the ball. Nice pop, whoever hit him for Lincoln. Again, these younger guys show them they want some playing time too, and whoever that was that hit him, I'm sure the coaches will find out on the film, made a good stick on him there to knock the ball loose.
Yeah, it came popping out.
Yeah, so with that brings up 4th down, and he gained some yardage there though on the fumble. So 4th and they call it 6 maybe, 4th and 6 on the Lincolnton 19-yard line. No, 14-yard line.
Ball's on the 15. First down mark. The original line of scrimmage was the 19. Yeah. Did move the ball a little bit on that fumble play. moved it about 7, fumbled it backwards for about 3. Here we go.
Two-back set for Lake Norman. Twins to the right, single man to the left. Going to hand the ball off to Stankwitz. And he breaks to the outside, and he gets as much as he can. Trips over a Lincoln defender, and I don't know. He's short.
It's going to be about a yard short. He got about 4, and he needed about 6.
I think he got 4 and slid about 3. So
yeah, they gave him a little generous spot. Kind of tell he's come up short, and that was 4th down. So Lincolnton's going to take back over, and with only 20 seconds to go here in the 4th, that's going to do it. They're just going to go into the victory formation, take a quick knee will be necessary to wind the clock again, but that's going to do it tonight. Your final score going to be 53-14, barring any sort of craziness here on the kneel down.
Yeah, you would hope not.
But that's going to take us into the Carolina Trust Bank Stadium post-game show. Stick around for that. We'll give you some more LincolnCounty.com post-game stats, and we'll be announcing the West End Offensive Player of the Game, the Rhodes and Bill Oil Company Defensive Player of the Game, followed by the Campers Inn Overall Player of the Game. Tonight's contest brought to you by KTC Broadcasting. It's Jason Sain, Shannon Allen. We'll be right back after a quick break as time ticks off of the clock. Your Lincolnton Wolves are victorious tonight, 53-14 over the Lake Norman Charter Knights. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
It's the grand reopening of Ronaldo Cadillac Buick GMC in Shelby. Hurry in now for celebration savings. During this grand event, get grand savings like $10,000 off MSRP on a new 2016 GMC Sierra 1500 four-wheel drive crew cab. Get $5,000 off MSRP on a new 2007 Buick Encore. And get $7,500 off MSRP on a new 2017 Buick Enclave Convenience. Come in for all the details during the grand reopening. Ronaldo Cadillac Buick GMC at Ronaldo Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby. It's time to trade up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Payment starts at $97 per month, or you can get 2.99% APR financing plus up to $300 customer cash. And that's not all. Get 2.99% finance APR plus up to $1,000 in customer cash. Come in for all the details during the trade up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Exit 22 at I-85, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com. The RVer's most trusted resource for over 50 years. That's Campers Inn. Family owned and operated since 1966. And this area's dealer is Campers Inn in Kings Mountain. Campers Inn is the nation's largest family-operated RV dealership. 16 locations up and down the East Coast. From motorhomes to travel trailers and more, from the industry's leading manufacturers, plus award-winning RV sales and service. See hundreds of RVs for the best prices, plus you have certified and trained service personnel and a professional staff with years of RV knowledge. Campers Inn, Highway 161 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain. Tell them Calvin sent you in to the Campers Inn. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event is underway at Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Come in now and ask about 0% financing for 84 months on select Kubota tractors with a big 6-year warranty. Come in for all the details and don't miss it. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event underway now at Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive off the Grove Road and Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
Let's take a look. CKDKES Macron. Oh, yes, I've seen this before. Your husband has coyote fever.
Coyote fever?
Yes, he's obviously learned of the hot deals going on now at your local coyote tractor dealer.
Is this serious?
Very serious. Now's the best time to buy one of the best-selling tractors on the market. If you care at all about your husband, you'll drive him over to the coyote dealer now. Oh, and I'm writing you a prescription for great deals on all implements, too.
Your Coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vail. It's the grand opening of the new Ronaldo Honda. The renovations are complete, and you're invited to drop by our new showroom. Check out the great deals this month, like 0.9% APR financing, the 2017 Honda Civics and Honda Accords. Offer ends October 31st. And check out the great specials in the service department. Don't get left out in the cold with a free winter battery test. And right now, get an oil change, tire rotation, and balancing, only $74.95. Don't miss the deals during the grand opening celebration at the new Ronaldo Honda, located at Ronaldo Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby.
Where I come from.
All right, you're back. This is the Carolina Trust Bank Stadium post-game show. Lincolnton Wolves just defeated Lake Norman Charter by a score of 53-14. And I'm going to give you the LincolnCounty.com post-game stats. Lake Norman Charter on the night, they tried 26 pass attempts and only completed 10 of them, but that went for 185 yards and 1 touchdown through the air. It was a 32-yard touchdown pass to Max Blitzstein, who had 2 receptions for 39 yards on 5 attempts. Davis Wilder, the big receiver tonight, 10 attempts. He had 4 receptions for 54 yards total. Jaden Goodman, 3 looks his way but no catches. Brennan Marcus, 46 yards and a touchdown on 3 catches out of 4 attempts. And Owen Thomas added in 1 catch for 46 yards. That rounds out the receiving stats for Lake Norman Charter. Now we go to the rushing side of the ball. Owen Thomas, leading rusher tonight, 9 carries, 33 yards. Josh Aruda, he had 12 carries for 49 yards. So most carries, most yards goes to Aruda, tacked it on there mostly in the 4th quarter. Jackson Newton, the quarterback, scrambled 5 times for 0 yards total. Went forwards and back several times. And then Tyler Stankiewicz, he had 4 carries for a total of 19 yards, and that rounds out the offense for Lake Norman. On the other side of the card, we've got Lincolnton. Lincolnton putting up big numbers all night. Terrell McLean threw for 3 touchdowns on 18 attempts. He had 15 completions for 224 yards. Tyshawn Harris ran the ball 12 times. He had 3 touchdowns and 191 yards on the night. Tyreek Hollis, 2 carries for 9 yards. Caden Wyatt added a touchdown late in the game on his 5th carry for 31 yards. Terrell McLean scrambled 5 times tonight, ended up with a total of -1 yards, but did find his way into the end zone on a 2-yard scamper earlier in the game. McGriskin came in late in the game in the 4th quarter, carried it 3 times for 17 yards, and Xavier Davis, the backup quarterback, 1 scamper. He ended up getting dropped for a 7-yard loss. And that rounds out the Lincolnton rushing stats. We take a look at the receivers tonight. Tyreek Hollis caught 4 passes for 76 yards for the highest total. Second highest, Tyshawn Harris also caught a touchdown to go with his 3 on the ground. 58 yards in the air in the receiving column. And Skylar Evans had 1 56-yard reception for a touchdown way back in the 1st quarter. Malcolm Durr, most targeted, 9 targets, only has 4 catches to his name, but 27 yards. And Dage Powell, 1 catch, 3 yards. And that rounds out the LincolnCounty.com post-game stats. You're listening to the Carolina Trust Bank post-game show. We'll be back after a quick break, and Shannon Allen will be bringing you the West End offensive players of the game, the Rhodes and Bill Oil Company defensive player of the game, rounded out by the Campers Inn overall player of the game. We'll be right back after a quick word.
Don't miss the 20% off sales event going on now at Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby. It's time to save big money on in-stock units. They've got to go to make room for more inventory. Prices have been slashed. Don't let this special event slip you by, and you can even save more with your X plan. Come to Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby for all the details. The 20% off sales event going on now at Classic Ford Lincoln, 1775 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at ClassicFordShelby.com. When buying or selling a home, it's important to have someone you can count on to help you get answers to all of your questions. That's where Gillen Realty in Lincolnton comes in. They are your hometown realty, bringing you experience, integrity, and local knowledge. Come by and talk with one of their agents today. They are there to make your real estate experience one you'll enjoy. Call 704-735-0099 or visit the website at GillenRealty.com or drop by their office at 201 South Poplar Street in Lincolnton. Gillen Realty. Hometown people working for you.
It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen in Vale. Check out these breakfast specials. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sausage, steak, or liver mush biscuit for $1.39. And on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, get the big breakfast. 2 eggs, 1 meat, 1 side, biscuit or toast for $4.59. And drink is included. It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchell's Kitchen, Highway 274, 27 West intersection in Vale, 704-276-1055.
For over 100 years, the Tammy Tysinger Funeral Home in Falston has been providing services to families of our community with care and compassion. Now, the Tammy Funeral Home has added the Cremation Center along with a new name. the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center on Highway 182 in Falston, and the Stamey Funeral Home in Cherryville, located on Dixie Street in Cherryville, serving you with care and compassion in your time of need.
And we are back here at Lincolnton High School. Lincoln, big win tonight over Lake Norman Charter, 53-14. And now we're going to do the West End Auto Sales, or the West End Sales Offensive Player of the Game for Lincoln. It will be Terrell McClain, quarterback, threw 3 touchdowns passes tonight and just led the Lincoln offense up and down the field. Looked like he was a little gimpy there at times, but Offensive Player of the Game, West End Auto Sales, Terrell McClain. And the Rhodes and Bill Oil Company Defensive Player of the Game was the man not in the program, Mr. Josh Walters. Had a big fumble recovery, was in on a lot of tackles tonight for Lincoln, and played a great defensive ball game for the Wolves.
Remember calling his name on a few special teams tackles too. He's on that kickoff return, and that's an important job as well.
Great job. Great.
So congratulations tonight, Josh Walters. That's our Rhodes and Bill Oil Company Defensive Player of the Game.
And the Campers Inn Player of the Game, overall Player of the Game, will be Mr. Tyshawn Harris. He had 4 touchdowns tonight, 3 rushing and 1 receiving touchdown. Had 191 yards on the ground. Big run there in the second half where he cut across the field and scampered his way to the end zone. So the overall Player of the Game, sponsored by Campers Inn, is Tyshawn Harris.
All right. That rounds out tonight's action and tonight's awards. Congratulations again, Tyshawn Harris, Campers Inn Player of the Game, Josh Walters, Rhodes and Bill Oil Company Defensive Player of the Game, and Terrell McClain, quarterback, West End Sales Offensive Player tonight, as well as our Classic Ford Lincoln of Shelby Player to watch, if you recall. So Terrell McClain, congratulations. Tyshawn Harris, hats off to you. And good game defensively, Mr. Walters. We appreciate you helping out the Lincolnton Wolves. We wish you good night. Hope everybody gets home safe. Thanks for listening. This is Jason Sane, Shannon Allen. We're signing off. WLON 1050 AM, KTC Broadcasting. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next weekend with more high school football action.
It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen in Vale. Check out these breakfast specials. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sausage, steak, or liver mush biscuit for $1.39. And on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, get the big breakfast. 2 eggs, 1 meat, 1 side, biscuit or toast for $4.59. And drink is included. It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen, Highway 274-27 West intersection in Vale. Call 704-276-1055.
For over 100 years, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home in Falston has been providing services to families of our community with care and compassion. And now the Stamey Funeral Home has added the Cremation Center along with a new name, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center on Highway 182 in Falston, and the Stamey Funeral Home in Cherryville, located on Dixie Street in Cherryville, serving you with care and compassion in your time of need.
When Auto Owners Insurance was founded in 1916, the world was quite different. Yet with all that's changed, our commitment to be there when you need us most hasn't. By teaming up with independent agents, we've made a difference for generation customers and will for generations to come. And by making a difference every day, 100 years seem to go by in a flash.
Your local Auto Owners Insurance Agency is Mooney Insurance Agency, located at 528 East Main Street in Maiden. Call 828-428-8231.
When you need a ride, Specialized Transport has exactly what you're looking for. Serving Gaston, Lincoln, Catawba, Burke, Caldwell, and Cleveland counties. Specialized Transport has your area covered. Ambulatory, wheelchair, and geriatric chair transport. Handicap transportation services and non-medical transport services are available as well. When you need a ride, call Dean Hastings at 704-735-5676. Specialized Transport will get you where you need to be. 704-735-5676.
It's the grand reopening of Ronaldo Cadillac Buick GMC in Shelby. Hurry in now for celebration savings. During this grand event, get grand savings like $10,000 off MSRP. New 2016 GMC Sierra 1500 4-wheel drive crew cab. Get $5,000 MSRP on a new 2017 Buick Encore and get $7,500 off MSRP on a new 2017 Buick Enclave Convenience. Come in for all the details during the grand reopening Renato Cadillac Buick GMC at Renato Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby. It's time to trip up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Payment starts at $97 per month, or you can get 2.99% APR financing plus up to $300 customer cash. And that's not all. Get 2.99% financing APR plus up to $1,000 in customer cash. Come in for all the details during the Trade Up a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Exit 22 at I-85, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com. The RVer's most trusted resource for over 50 years. That's Campers Inn. Family owned and operated since 1966. This area's dealer is Campers Inn in Kings Mountain. Campers Inn is the nation's largest family-operated RV dealership, 16 locations up and down the East Coast. From motorhomes to travel trailers and more, from the industry's manufacturers, plus award-winning RV sales and service. See hundreds of RVs at the best prices, plus have certified and trained service personnel and a professional staff with years of RV knowledge. Campers Inn, Highway 161 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain. Tell them Calvin sent you in to the Campers Inn. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event is underway at Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Come now and ask about 0% financing for 84 months on select Kubota tractors with a big 6-year warranty. Come on in for all the details and don't miss it. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event underway now at Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive off the Oak Grove Road and Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain.